Hello everyone, welcome to the fourth session of Sens, the philosophical role-playing game. I'm super excited because we have all 5 players today, which is great because with me that makes 6 people, and 6 is a very important number for Sens. It's the number of runes, it's the number of books that were supposed to be written. That's not how many books were actually written. And there's a few other things that come in 6. So
immortals.
Okay, stop showing off because you deduced some part of the lore. Anyways, today you are going to be given a new mission. It's been a couple of weeks since last we left off your characters. You've daily life has returned. Everybody has had a chance to keep on training, come back to their regular lives, and just move on from the chaotic events of the start of this campaign. And now you have been, you know that today you are going to be sent on a mission. Primary information has revealed to all of you that you are going to be following up on a lead left to you by Wilfred the Immortal. Wilfred said that according to her research, there is in the Bank of Paris a vault that is under the name of Soren Solipsis, where apparently the Immortal was keeping some information. Wilfred believes that Soren would have information on them there, but also that there could be other things inside of this vault. So it's going to be your duty to go have a look at the inside of the vault. You wake up in the morning, the lights of the entire base slowly starting to grow more luminescent and reflect off of the ice on the walls. Everybody starts to wake up. You can hear in the distance the sounds of the base. And yeah, what are your characters going to do? Okay.
What's happening? Sorry, is my internet? Can you guys?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, sorry, I think I missed.
Okay, so Alistair is already in the pool. So
Cody is waking up and he's still instinctually avoiding heaps of dirty clothes from Akina that are not there anymore. And so his morning is a little bit clouded by emotions. Making coffee for everybody, so.
Got it.
And Mitya just does his usual thing going into the common room, which is he sort of tries to begin his day and to make coffee, and then at one point he just slowly falls on the ground, just going oh fuck, just let me rest a little bit more. And he just lays in part of the flat, just rolling on the floor for a while.
Got it. Okay. All right. So yeah, what is Zex doing?
I think Zex is probably on his bed to the last possible minute. He's kind of just tossing and turning. He doesn't really.
Mm-hmm. Got it. All right. And Theo, what is Alexander doing?
Sorry, my whole internet dropped for about a minute there, so I don't know what we're doing.
Okay, so you're all just waking up in your apartments. Alistair is already playing in the bath that you created a couple of weeks back. Mitya tried to make some coffee, but then just ran out of energy and is currently laying on the floor.
Mood.
And Zex is still in bed, just trying to get as much sleep as possible before the mission. And Cody is hanging around. What is Alexander doing?
I think Alexander is going to get up, try to gather a little bit of food, and maybe try to squeeze in some reading.
All right. What are you reading?
Probably, trying to find any glean of information I can more about the Shadow Realm. I doubt I'm gonna have anything on hand for that though, so if I don't, probably just a nice little science book about how we got to where we are today.
Okay. Could you roll for Cosmos for me, please?
Sure.
Oh, 22.
22.
That is a success. So you start. You parse through this book. Yeah. So you are going to have been given a copy of at your own request. You will have received a copy of Soren Solipsis's tome on the Shadow World. Basically, after she worked on the runes, she wrote this book called simply The Shadow World, which detailed most of the information that she had acquired and a lot of theorizing. So as you're reading through it, you're going to see like a few different ideas that are proposed inside of the book, including one concept called the Well of the Worlds. Basically, the theory is this: inside of the Shadow World, there is everything is supposed to happen exactly the same, which means that inside of the Shadow World, there is a Cosmo and Rebirth. There is another computer that is also making another Shadow World. So there would be a Shadow World, basically. And then in this Shadow World, there would be another Cosmo and Rebirth, which would itself contain another reflection of the existence that you inhabit. And you could go so down and so deep. That's why it's called the Well of the Worlds. It also means that potentially the runes contain not just information about this world, but infinite information, because they have to know about every single world contained inside of the other worlds. So, like it's extremely surprising technology, and you like while reading through this, you really get this sense that like there seems to be a connection in your mind between the runes that are those alien artifacts that were just found somewhere and that have those fantastic properties, and your armors, which were also just found somewhere and have incredible properties. So that's the information that you're getting from reading The Shadow World.
All right.
Okay.
Is it a good book, Alexander? Doesn't have a murder in it.
Theo?
Oh, sorry. Again, I'm not used to the new name in game.
Yeah.
I was saying, there's Mitya just lying on the floor going like, is this a good book? Is there a murder in it?
Not at this point. I'll keep you updated.
Okay.
Would you mind pushing the file to the cloud so that I can also read it?
So basically, like Are you asking Alexander to like broadcast to the rest of the group through his Resplioids the different pages so that you can read over their shoulder while being
I thought that she got the file sent by somebody, and I assume that
no,
there's like a setup like this, we probably have like shared data storage somewhere where we can share documents.
No, Alexander has a physical book in his hands.
Ooh.
Right.
That's just that ancient shit.
Alistair, could you roll for Cosmos for me, please?
Oh.
Because you wrote your tinkering with something in
Nice.
the pool, so just want to see. The water starts to leak all over the floor.
Do you call me? Do I hear this?
Yeah, you notice, Alistair.
What are you doing in the bathtub? Are you fucking it up?
Sorry guys, I think I messed something up. I tried to create a bubble bath and now there's water in my armor.
Leave this to the professionals.
Yeah, don't break the bath. Although I do admit that it needs some more je ne sais quoi to be really functional.
Yeah. Reese, Zex, you move to start tinkering and repairing the tub, and and you're like, okay, this clearly needs to be welded, and as you're like welding it, you're going to like break the pipe completely off.
Oh no.
Okay,
Well-
all of you now hear this sound coming from the floor.
Okay. Everybody quiet.
Oh, fuck! What do we do? Can we hide the this is bad. Oh god. I sort of gather every towel or everything that's absorbent that's in the flat and throw it on the floor,
Cool.
trying to mop up as much as I can.
You grab towels from the showers, you put them on the floor. It's not enough. You see this bag of clothes that Cody was gathering on the side. Do you want to use? Do you grab those in the rush?
Yeah, take it.
Huh?
Can I find like is there like a little bit of laboratory equipment that I could like push over a little bit so it looks like an accident of that?
Sure. Roll for void.
I don't know, like a vase. I take like a vase and I lay it down as if it fell.
Yeah. Okay. So roll for void, because void is the art of making appearances real where there's really nothing. You break the vase.
Oh! Well, it still works.
Can we hide the bath? Can I hide the bath in my room? Is it big enough?
I'm gonna need you to make a roll for that. Yeah. Like to lift it, I'm gonna need you to to use life to show how physically fit you are. So roll for life to.
Something tells me I need to get out of the tub since it's basically empty by now.
Very.
Yeah. No, like it is empty, and like the only reason Mitya could lift it is since it was empty, and you'd need to like move it on its base to be able to use it correctly.
Dude, there's all the water still in it.
No. The water is out on the floor at this point.
That's it. This won't move. It's really heavy. Can someone help me, or am I the only one that doesn't want to get caught?
Okay. Like you've managed to lift it on its side when you hear a knock at the door.
I shout out, "Oh no, the vase!"
Someone help me!
I go and help. I don't know.
I am totally gonna laugh if the general walks in and he's like, "What the fuck are you guys doing?"
So you you are going to spot like through the window. There's a small window like in the door right there. So you see Matt, the member of Team Alpha, who's watching like Mitya trying to like push the bathtub like up the stairs platform, and just is watching you like he's done with all of you. He presses the button to open the door and he steps in. Okay. Hey, I didn't say anything the first time I saw y'all doing this because you were going through a lot, but it's been a couple of weeks. Are you guys gonna keep... Okay, Team Alpha lives right under your dorm. So...
Don't worry, I think we can think of something to make sure that this never happens to you again. That was very nice of you to not tell on us the first time. And it's gonna be even nicer the second time. Okay,
listen. I owe you because now we're able to go on missions, and the general would never have like let us do that if you didn't find the Resploids. So just please. Okay, you know what? I want my team to get access as well. We want to be able to drop in here and access the bathtub when we need to relax.
Excuse me? You can't scold us and blackmail us at the same time. It just doesn't copy.
Hey, okay, I won't tell the general if you let us use the bathtub every now and then. It seems comfy.
Yo, but Mitya, think about it. I mean, that just means we have bigger bathtub parties.
It's a reasonable offer.
Yeah. Do you have any skill set in Team Alpha that could help to the furthering of Project Bathtub? And to make it an even more interesting experience.
Yeah, I'm the engineer of Team Alpha. I can try to fix the leak. I can clearly see that that you made here. Let me get out of my way. Let me come in. Okay, here we go. And
who's standing next to him, waiting for him to pass.
Oh, I rolled 100. That's a critical fail. So like he moves over to the tub and starts to like look on the side, and he's going to like slip on the floor, fall onto the bathtub, and then like the bathtub starts to lean, and it's going to fall on his foot, and he screams out in pain.
I rapidly lift it back up. Did you?
Yeah,
What?
immediately help. Can I use my servo arm to try and lift it up to?
Yes. Go ahead with your. So you have a score of 75 because that. So roll 1d100 minus 75 minus 1d100, and that will represent like the stat of your servo arm.
How do you do that?
Here, I'll do it for you. /R 75 minus 1d100. That is going to be 20. You success. It's the first rule that has successfully passed today, apart from Alexander reading a book on the corner.
At least I haven't started sneaking around yet because I get like a +50 on that by.
Yeah. So yeah, you lift it back up and you see like Matt is just like trying to get up, and you can see that the Resploid armor like appear to protect his foot, but he's still gonna be limping out of the room and saying, "Okay, just this thing is cursed. I don't know who. This thing is ghosts. It's fucking haunted," and like he just leaves. And like just before he's out, he says, "If this thing causes any more trouble, I'm telling the general."
Alistair is just standing next to him now, tapping on the back, like, yeah. Also, you just made it worse, so you're in it now. If something's wrong with us, then you're probably going to get some of the blame.
It's true that General Costa really doesn't like when people tell him things at the right time. At the very least, he's gonna be very angry that you didn't tell him the first time.
I mean, basically, Alistair is just like, the general, yeah. I think we can just totally get away with this, as long as I just stand in front of it and just say nothing, then just have a staring contest with him and see what happens, no?
You know, as much as I like being the embodiment of free will, sometimes I get the feeling some of you have too much of it. And he's gonna close the door and leave.
In a good way, though. Right?
Yeah, that definitely was a compliment.
All right, and it is one of you checks the time, and it is now overdue for you to be on your way to mission control.
Work.
How
Okay, should we
can
postpone
we
the
still
bathtub
make it?
repairing?
Hmm?
Should we postpone the bathtub repairing for the evening and go?
Yes.
Yeah, I think it's better. Can we still make it on time?
I mean, two of you have jetpacks, so at least two of you can make it in time, I think.
Yeah, we could do that. I'm gonna say we were late because we were fixing a plumbing problem. And I just transform and put on my jetpack and just go straight to mission control.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So Mitya just leaves, rockets away from the scene of the crime. Alexander,
Through the shadow world.
Do I have a can I requisition like a vehicle to drive?
it's not that far away. It's just that like you're supposed to be there like in 1 minute.
Well, I'm gonna book it then.
Okay. All right. So I'm gonna need you to roll for chaos. Mitya, I'm gonna need you to roll for chaos at a +20 because you're using the backpack. And
What?
okay. So Cody, you're gonna be late. Zex, you're gonna be late. Mitya, you arrive early.
Do I need to roll as well?
Huh? If you want, if you care about getting there early, yes, you might want to roll.
Can I use my breastplate armor to tell them I'll be like a few minutes late? I had to help an old lady cross the road.
Yeah, you can tell the rest of your team to relay that message. I don't know if they will though. Alexander, do you try to hurry up?
Yeah.
Are you gonna be using your jetpack as well? Okay. So even if you use
but it's brand new, so it's really hard.
yeah, even if you use your jetpack, you with the +20, you still. So yeah, Mitya, you're the first there. The general greets you and then asks you where is the rest of your team, and they're gonna come in like one after the other, panting,
So I'm basically gonna preempt it by just going, very sorry, General, we've had a slight plumbing leak in the quarters between Team Alpha and Team Delta. We think Team Alpha did a weird thing with their plumbing. It's too complicated. We had to mop it up as to not be sure to not degrade the living quarters for the rest of us. I'm very sorry. The others will be along shortly.
Why is it that when there's something happening, it's always you five?
That could be worse. Could be Team Omega.
All right. Okay. So, today, you all know some details about today's mission. First off, where you're going to head to Paris in a Sub-Zeris, and you're going to try to rob the Bank of Paris. Find vault number 154, which is supposed to be Soren's, and obtain all of its contents and bring it back here. You are also going to have a secondary objective, and the general turns to Michel, the treasurer, who is going to say, all right, so as you all know, most of the money that the Resistance is using these days is mine. I was involved in a lot of different business affairs, which meant that I had a vested interest in Earth and its economical structure, which relies a lot of the time on crime. So currently, a good portion of my money is being audited in the bank, and being and all of the information about that money is stored in a few different places. One of which is the Bank of Paris. So I've gotten a few hackers who are going to take care of the other places, but I would very much appreciate it if you could take a slight detour to the server room to destroy it while you're in the Bank of Paris. That can be your side objective.
And he just stares at the guy like, yes, we can totally do it. Just one quick question though.
Yes.
Are we supposed to only destroy the server?
Well, I'm sure with your shadow powers, you should be able to just completely, by going into the shadow world with the servers, you'd be able to completely erase them from existence. So, yes, please just destroy them. If nothing else, just a grenade inside of that room would be sufficient for our purposes.
Zex is standing there with a smile beaming on his. You cannot guess how much I've wanted to do Bank Heist. I am so excited.
All right.
So just to confirm, there is no incentive for us to make it look like we went there. There's no problem with us just fucking it up and them being able to say, oh, someone came in and fucked it up.
It's really up to you. So the more influence you have on the world, the more divergence there's going to be between the shadow world and here. So if you make a huge impression in one of the worlds but not the other, it's going to start making things very different, which is both an advantage for us but also a disadvantage. The more visible the differences are, the more the Empire is likely to notice our actions and try to hunt us down. But the more different things are, the less accurate their information is going to be. From what we know, as of right now, Imperial cruisers, Imperial ships, and the bank security all rely not on cameras, but on computers that have access to the shadow world. Basically, they have screens that can show them anywhere in the bank, but it only shows them the shadow world, not the real world. The alarms are most of them linked to what's happening in the shadow world, which means if you don't appear in the shadow world, if you don't cause any alarm in the shadow world, you might be able to not cause any alarm in the real world either. But there's still manual alarms from what we know.
Okay.
How much information do we have? Do we have schematics? Do we have response time? Do we have any information on alarm systems? Or do we have
What's
to
the
procure
general
that?
state of Paris?
We don't have a tremendous amount of information. What we do know is that it's one of the largest banks of Earth that is still in operation as of today, which means there's a lot of traffic going through that bank. There's a lot of
If we do not have a lot of information, I suggest we take a detour and we try and find some contacts to get that. I feel like information would be vital for the success of the mission.
Absolutely. If I remember correctly, you, Zex, you have contacts in Paris from your study, from the time you studied engineering abroad, right?
I'm not sure how useful they will be, but I'll be sure to pursue that.
From the reports I read, you were involved with underground racing. Now that unfortunately, the driver of your team has passed away. You might need to get a vehicle and a getaway driver. If you can recruit that one of your contacts, that would be perfect.
I got a shotgun.
I will be on that.
All right.
And also, before we leave, I actually have a question about those shadow sensors. Are these sensors focused on visual aspects or sound or something else? Like
Almost all of the information that comes from the shadow world is visual. Advanced computers are able to get readings like sound, radiation, all sorts of waves from the shadow world, but usually that requires special access. A lot of the information that's transmitted from Cosmo and Rebirth is packaged. You can't, because they made some laws to not make it available to the public, to have, what's it called?
modern technology.
Well, they try to protect privacy for 20 years, so you can't look at people's lives. You can't look at private areas, people's homes, unless if you're looking 20 years back into the past. Now, that does not concern the streets where people are able to move around and things like this, but it does limit some of their visuals.
So just for reference, these computers rely on the database of people. So what if a glitch showed up in their network while they're not registered? Do the computers actually pick them up at all, or do they see them as some kind of interference?
Well, from what we know, your appearance, like we don't have access to one of those computers ourselves, so we don't know how glitches appear. But if you get to the security room of the bank and and one of you is in the shadow world, you'll be able to see what you do look like in the shadow world.
But I think, I'm sorry to interrupt, but I think if we go to the shadow world near each other and someone is not in the shadow world, he just flat out doesn't exist. There's no interference, there's no visual glitch. I think from our experience of being in the shadow world together, it's just we don't exist at all. So I think if they have senses, like basically visual cameras, they shouldn't be able to pick anything up in the shadow world if we're in the real world, I think.
Yes, if you're in the real world, there shouldn't be the property of the glitches is that you don't have a shadow. So your actions won't be recorded if you're in the material world. But as soon as you pass into the shadow world, you might be visible in some way. I don't know exactly
how.
Yes, exactly. In what way you'd be visible.
So we established that there are computers monitoring the shadow world. Is there staff in the real world? Security guards?
There are security guards both in the real world and the shadow world, and we also know that there is an Imperial cruiser stationed right above the city of Paris, just like there are cruisers above every single large city of Earth. We are being occupied by the Empire after all. So, if you start causing a lot of commotion, you will get the Imperial army on your back very quickly.
Mm-hmm.
Would it be possible to create a diversion away from the, preferably at like a power plant, like a few blocks away, and then move in
Absolutely.
during that distraction?
You have permission to act however you see fit to do this bank heist, but you have to remember that how we look to how we treat civilians is going to impact how much civilians are going to support us in the rest of the war. So avoid casualties as much as possible.
Yeah, that in fact would be my next question. How are the people people of Paris still like a sprawling metropolis? Does France still exist? Like,
Most of France is under the water. Paris is an elevated city. You can still see the tip of the Eiffel Tower pointing out from under the water, but everything else is hoisted up by tubes and columns. So it's a gigantic platform along which the city stands, and it's going to be one of the largest cities you can visit on Earth. It's a bustling metropolis. Anything that you'd be able to buy or acquire anywhere else, you would be able to find in Paris. There are a lot of civilians, so the Imperials probably won't be tempted to use any dangerous weapons to eradicate you.
if the city is in stills, does that mean there's water underneath it and there's available access from the bottom?
There is water underneath the city, yes.
I have a question. What is the general perception of the occupation? Obviously opinions will vary, but if we were to, example, take video of atrocities that the Imperials do to the citizens and then broadcast that, would that be shocking, or would they just not with the citizens?
It would be shocking. By the way, just everybody gets one extra immersion point. Theo, Bean, everybody gets an extra immersion point. So, Earth, currently, the occupation has not been easy on us. Because of the state of the weather, the environment being destroyed, because of how much culture has been obliterated by the Empire, most Earth people are not happy with the way things are. The Council of the Resistance is discussing how to spark a spirit of rebellion in the inhabitants, but most of them are untrained, so they would be very likely to become casualties against the Empire if a revolt were to happen. That's why we are adopting more guerrilla tactics, where we can strike at vital points of the Empire and make the cost of occupying the Earth too expensive to bear. Civilians would be shocked by any sort of atrocities, but the Imperial press has a lot of power, and they would be able to discredit almost any image that we could put out as being visual effects. Unfortunately, they've done it quite a few times, and well, we don't have the same sort of media resources to do the same thing if they show images of us. But what we do to civilians who see us with their own eyes will report to everybody else about our behavior, and that is the most important thing. You have to look like heroes. You have to look like you're helping, because that's what we're doing. We're helping.
And could the Resistance use its media capabilities to just broadcast a message
Well,
on a large scale?
as of right now, the existence of the Resistance has not been revealed to civilians. From your report, we know that Admiral Ghost was aware that there were still members of the Resistance somewhere, but the Empire has not told its civilians that we're still in operations yet. That is a good thing for us, because as long as the general civilians do not know, the Empire can't gather an enormous amount of forces to crush us. So it's better if we keep the mystery. That doesn't mean don't reveal yourself to civilians at all, but if you do it in a way that's too obvious and too noticeable by the media, it could bring a lot more attention to this, to your operations in the future.
Okay.
Are there any scapegoats that we could possibly pretend to leave false clues to try and lay out the heat of us?
Yes.
Is there Any
Okay.
other enemies we could pass ourselves off?
Not necessarily enemies, but Michel Citra and other members of the criminal world are going to be the most likely scapegoats. Criminality is very widespread among Earth because so is poverty, and one is the consequence of the other. Which means if it's seen that the bank is being robbed and that wealth is being taken away from that bank, it's very likely the Empire will try to suggest that it was merely criminals, not a movement of the Resistance reborn.
I think the best message we could give to the citizens of Earth is just telling. I don't know. I've got that in my mind. We robbed the bank, and then we managed to tell them all we've just robbed the bank. They cannot predict everything, because that's the thing.
Yeah.
They don't have to know there's a resistance, but knowing that they cannot predict everything, to me, seems so fucking important. If
Right.
anything has to happen,
But what
you know,
I'm
like, don't do anything rash. Lay low, but they cannot predict everything.
But what I'm saying is we could do
I
that,
100% agree.
and then if we pick a criminal faction tactically, one that we either want to go to war with them, or one we want eliminated, one we would benefit either way, we would achieve that, and achieve a secondary objective, taking out two birds with one. If there's another criminal organization that would be tactically advantageous for us to pin it on.
So, Michel Citra is going to say, unfortunately, I've got fingers in every pies. So, anybody that you blame, it's going to end up costing me a little bit of money, but money is all I have to give to the Resistance anyways. So,
Do you have do you have one that you have money in all? You have fingers in all the pies. Is there any pie that you'd like to take out your finger out of, or that is weak, or that would be a prime?
well, I
That we could
would.
take a piece of, maybe?
I've been trying to get some factions of the underworld to stop their activities completely. I am not very much a fan of human trafficking and things like this, but it does still happen quite an enormous amount. If you, I could give you some amount of evidence that you could plant at the crime at the scene of the crime to point to them, but it would take me it would take me a lot of time to do this, and you're supposed to rob the bank as soon as you can.
Couldn't we, like...
Reference. What form is the money in? Is it all digital, or is it some kind of other form? And besides that, isn't there simply just some kind of logo or something of a rival organization that we can just plant there and with whatever paint or something?
I plan on getting into the certain. I'm sorry.
You could, but it would be very obvious that we're framing them. As for the money, a lot of it is digital, but the banks have been asked to keep rare resources inside of their vault in order to ensure that the money of Earth is based on something. So you can expect the following things to be inside of the bank.
Well,
Loaves, big loaves of Parmesan cheese are one of the most stable and valuable objects. You can also there have been banks since before the Empire existed that hoarded Parmesan cheese. There's also containers that have uranium and other radioactive materials and gold.
cheese.
Ooh.
So,
Okay, so if we have to transport radioactive materials, do you have like a lead box, something that we could put it in so that it's not
are you?
getting picked up by potential?
I get into my armor and I just wave at him. And I go like, hello, I'm the lead box.
You are that's. We are
I'm pretty
walking.
sure I'm radioactive proof. Pretty sure. Not totally sure, but pretty sure.
Yeah, you're right.
So I'm going to suggest that you don't take out any radioactive materials, just for the sake of the citizens' safety of Paris.
Smart plan. Smart plan. I was
Oh my
thinking
God,
about
Alistair, listen to me when I'm saying don't take radioactive materials out of the bank you're about to rob.
I was thinking. I think this idea of pinning it on someone has a weird effect that I think it's food. It's food for the media of the empire, because if I don't know, human traffickers rob the bank, it's just like they're the bad guys. That's what's
Yeah.
going to be told. But if we can create a tension between empire media that says, oh, they're the bad guys, but something that tells the people, oh, these might be good guys that actually exist and that the empire is trying to discredit, I think we win something more profound.
We don't actually need them to know that we're there, as long as
Yeah.
we can get them against the Empire, or at least create some form of resentment. It might be beneficial for us in the future.
And we could
What
send them
if-
on a total
What
red
if
herring.
we make it look like the Empire is totally lying about something, and somehow we can make them look guilty of the bank not having money anymore?
All right.
I don't think we have to make them look guilty of anything, because whole of Earth is poor and there's this Empire Bank and it's holding all the money. So the austerity that these people are suffering under is already kind of imposed on them, right? So the bank is actually like a perfect symbol to attack. Maybe.
I think you guys are really underestimating the power of spin. I don't think that we're gonna make them look like the bad guys if they have full control of media. They can just spin it to look however they want it to.
That's it. That's why I think the real message is that I don't know. We forget it because we're epitomes of free will, something like that. But those people actually live in a world where free will doesn't exist, where the government knows everything. I think the simple idea to put into their minds that no, the government doesn't know everything and it can't catch us is hugely more successful than saying,
Yeah, but then they
so and so is a bad guy or something.
And then they just said we'll get them. I'm not sure we can send the message.
And then they don't.
By the way,
Because
I just remembered.
you have to understand, if you I agree with Mitya. If you manage to make them believe that, and then for weeks on end they are unable to provide scapegoats or say that they've caught anybody, that will be a net positive for the resistance. It will show that none of that the Empire is not as omniscient as they try to be, and this should spark more resistance than what we've seen in decades.
If they have any brains, all they have to do is create a fake scapegoat. Doesn't matter how much proof, and they just say it's proof, and half the population.
Guys,
that works.
actually,
but imagine we do that and we say, like, whatever, we are the red ribbon, and then we rob the bank, and then they have a scapegoat, and then we rob another bank, and then we go again, oh, still us, the red ribbon. And then we do that every time they spin it. They can't spin. I think, yes, of course, we're not going to be able to have a total win. That's absolutely impossible. I think we can plant a little seed. That's all I'm saying.
I just remembered, actually, because we are glitches. If we influence something, it does not show up on them. I think that actually might include people. If we somehow derail people from the network, that means that if we have people being influenced by something we did, doesn't matter what it is, if it's being broadcast in the first place, it's gonna tweak all the systems, and then they're not gonna be able to track all the people that were, how more involved they were with the situation, how more they're gonna deviate from the predictability of the system.
Yeah.
So if
Imagine
we
we've got-
create sort of more of something with an impact, it might actually cause the entire area to become unstable and unreadable.
Yeah.
And that can be something as simple as, put a big fucking speaker on top of the bank that just goes, we robbed the bank, they can't see everything, and everybody in Paris can hear it. Big fucking black hole in the shadow world where Paris.
Yeah,
That's-
Yeah.
Everybody in that
Some
place.
paint words on the building. I mean, if we put thoughts in people's head with like a message on the building, it's gonna make them do something different from what is predicted by the machines. Because
Yeah.
if we write something, they're not gonna see that, and anyone that reads it is going to do something that should not be in the system.
Even if it's
Absolutely.
unconsciously, and then in one day the whole system.
I think this plan contingents on how much control they have over the media and how much. If we can have people hear it, then yes, this will work. It just can we get everyone to hear it or enough people to see it?
I
Yeah,
think
but
that's
like you have to
the best
you have to
question.
remember that this is like
I
highly
have a
contagious.
couple of grenades.
You know, it's highly contagious. If one person just tells two people some new things that he wouldn't have said before, then there's already cascading. And if we catch like 1,000 people in Paris with like a thought that changes their actions a little bit, then in like a month, all of Paris is going to be unobserved.
I mean, you saw
a fucking
what would
pandemic.
happen if we were to, say, do something metaphorically similar to that in society.
I think though, Zex, you're right that the good question to ask is, what action can we put in place that would directly influence the maximum number of people, rather than thinking about the consequences? Because if we think of it like that, we are here to basically start a pandemic of free will to fuck shit up in the shadow world. If we manage to hit 10,000 people at the same time, even if that doesn't have lasting consequences, or even if that doesn't convince anybody, we'll still have 10,000 people
So
erased from the shadow world.
I agree with that.
my suggestion for this is, if you manage to rob the bank without going into the shadow world at all, then you'll be it takes off one of your major advantages going into the heist. But in exchange, it means there will be the major event of the heist in the real world, but not in the shadow world, and this would have very widespread consequences. Even if the heist goes differently, they will have different images available from the security systems, whether they're in the shadow world or not. So whatever you do, the reactions to the heist, the images that the press will have access to from the heist, are going to be different. So I think just robbing the bank and focusing on that objective is all you really need to do.
I don't know about-
Who is going to take control of the mission for today's mission?
In that case, I'm very good at stealth, so may I suggest my...
I suggested you can be in charge of the mission. I'll be in charge. This mission will require a lot of tech expertise. I'll be in charge, be the specialist in that. But I think that yes, you should probably take charge.
Okay, so Alistair, I'm gonna
But
have
we
a
all
look.
agree to do this in the real world, right?
As much as possible, I think.
All right.
I prefer
Yeah, I
to
think
like
that's
not
fine.
use the shadow world at all.
Yeah.
So, Alistair, you have 34 points of Cosmos, which means you get 3 points of, what's it called? Cohesion that you can spend for the group, since you are the leader of today's mission. So, if at any point you want to give an order that is going to make everybody charge or retreat or something like this, you can spend those cohesion points. Just let me know, and I'll tell you what happens when you give an order like this. All right.
Okay, I'll keep that in mind.
The mission briefing ends as the general has to give Team Alpha their own mission briefing today. You he is going to wish you good luck and see you on your way. As you're making your way out of the central command, you can see Team Alpha fighting in. Quinn, their leader, is at their head, and you see him still rubbing water out of her hair as they make their way inside, and they just give you this death stare as you make your way out.
I'm just pointing at the guy from towards wherever Team Alpha is located, as them.
I already know what happened. So you make your way out of the military section of the base. You already have technically all of the equipment that you should require for this mission. As you're making your way through the streets of the base, it's a pretty calm day. After the events of what happened in the previous mission, it turns out that you have prevented all of the possible deaths by suicide that the poems could have caused. There are still some people recovering in the hospital. A lot of co-workers who were at the weekly troglodytes of Nivek Togas are still recovering, but everything is good in the base. As you're making your way towards the port, you are going to see a group of children who usually run up to you, the glitches, the heroes of the resistance, who are instead going to they're talking in hushed voices, sharing the story of the new what's it called? The new boogeyman in town. Apparently, Billy saw this monstrous creature just appear inside of his room one night out of nowhere, and when he screamed, it vanished again. They call it the teleporting terror. And you can see the kid called Billy just staring off in the distance and saying, it was terrible. He was just there, and then he was gone, and my parents just don't believe me at all.
Oh, by the way, I because of the interaction we had with last time, you know, the guy who was worried about the crate.
Yeah.
I sort of implied that I would help him out in the way that we discussed last time.
Yeah.
Do you remember? Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
So you did help him out. No worries.
Good.
All right. So yes. Are you? Is anybody going to react to the teleporting terror story, or no?
What did you say?
It's just kids being kids and talking about the new boogeyman that apparently came into Billy's room and scared the shit out of him before teleporting away.
Oh, I'm just
Billy
gonna
there?
tell the kids
Yeah, Billy's there.
you go out after night, but also at least we're on your side. I mean, we know some cool tricks, so want to see a magic trick?
Magic trick? Yeah, magic trick. Okay, so
So to go invisible or stealth, do I need to roll chaos?
you need to roll void to go invisible, but you get
I mean, I guess I sort of have plus 50 on that for my gear.
Yes, you do. But since they are looking at you, you
Yeah.
are. Oh, exactly 0. Yeah, you succeed in hiding from the children, thanks to your cloaking abilities.
I just completely try to disappear from sight and just walk around to the other side
Oh my God!
around
It's
them while they're missing me, and then just show up.
he teleported. Do you think that was him? Do you think that was the teleporting terror? And one of the kids is going to mention, I bet he's part of Team Omega.
Oh yeah,
Name again?
I think you should all know that because you've lived into the base. That's the thing that I proposed to Simon, so I could explain to you. Basically, the idea is that there is an inside joke inside of the base because of the glitches that there is a Team Omega. There is no Team Omega. As far as we are concerned, the people that are in the know, there is no Team Omega. It's just a rumor that sort of has started a long time ago and that got out of hand. And so it's sort of an inside joke, and most of the populace believes that there is a super secret Team Omega, and there is just not.
I'm just like giving a thumbs up, like, and then just like, put my finger to my lips, like, it's a secret.
Yeah, that's pretty much the entire joke. And some people love it, some people hate it, but it's like part of life.
Right. So you are right. Here we go. Okay, you make it to the port, and if there's nothing else, you are going to be on your merry way to Paris. Do your characters want to do anything else before you head out?
Sorry, you just cut off from me.
Oh, do your characters want to do anything else before you head out?
Quick question: do we have any money?
Schematics or something already?
Sorry?
Do we have any schematics of the bank or something?
No, you do not.
Do we have money?
You can ask for funds from Michel Citra before heading off to the mission. Yes.
We should absolutely do that.
Okay. All right. So
Get a couple of $1,000.
Millions. Don't lowball. Ask for millions. Settle for dollars.
Can I? Okay. So so we're going to say that he left the central command at the same time as you. When you're asking him, he's saying, "Well, you're about to do me a good favor and release a lot of the money that's been held up by the Empire, but I have to ask because it's my job as treasurer. What are you going to do with a couple thousands?"
See it as
Contact,
investment
bribes,
in the mission.
materials, explosives,
Contacts.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Bribes. Very important in a con. Bribes. I know that. You can't con an honest man. That's a famous saying.
Okay. Here. Take this chip. It's got. It should have enough money on there.
Okay.
I
Can I look
take
at
it
it?
and I give it to Cody. Never let Alistair touch it.
Yeah, you're right on time about that. I mean, look at the chat, basically.
Does it have any indication of value on it?
Trade.
Like how much money did he just give me, roughly?
You'd need a reader. It's like a credit card. You'd need a reader to know how much is on the.
Okay.
Before we do this, actually, I just started like, just before we start using this everywhere, it's probably going to leave a trace, right?
Oh, don't worry about that. If my chips left traces behind of the interactions I made, I would have been, in an Imperial cell a long time ago.
Is Michel Citra?
Alistair looks very, very interested in that money chip now.
I'm gonna put it in my pants.
Does Michel Citra have a reputation? Is he famously a cheapskate? Do stuff like that?
Like, he has a reputation inside of the Resistance for being one of the most helpful people to have joined and to have provided resources for the Resistance. Outside of the Resistance, he has more of what's his name? Elon Musk type reputation among most people. So like people who don't like capitalists fucking hate him, but he's seen as a general like innovator and hero to the population, who kind of are not aware of his more illegal activities. So that's kind of the reputation that he has going for him. So.
Okay.
That's
Does anybody need something before we leave?
nope.
All right.
How many grenades do you guys have, just in case?
You're the only one who has grenades.
Yeah. But I do have a new toy, and you see, basically appear in my hand a huge two-handed sort of circular gun that feels entirely too heavy for the slim silhouette of Mitya's armor. And I just go, I've done some tests last week. Basically, this puppy, well, the bigger the farther I shoot, the bigger is the explosion.
I would like to borrow that sometime.
You will never borrow that as long as I live. Unless, well, we'll talk about it when the time comes, but that's not gonna happen.
Meanwhile, he's actually still just looking around at whoever was carrying the money.
Oh yeah.
What
How
happens when
long
you
do
shoot
we
at the
have?
moon?
How long do we have to rob the bank? What's the time limit?
You're given 5 days. You can that's like so that you have a little bit of time to prepare if you need. But considering how quickly you resolved the previous missions, it'd be good of you to be back like tomorrow. Basically, everybody gets one more immersion point.
Damn, the resistance are like hard asses. It's our second mission ever, and we have to rob the Central Bank of Paris in 2 days. That's
So
crazy.
excited.
Sounds like Christmas to me.
Yeah, to you.
I don't know about you guys, but I've always wanted to do a bank heist.
Yeah, that's something.
Like
That was
Okay.
fun.
out of game, out of character. So as soon as I got I was a player for this game once, and as soon as I got the armor, I was like, oh hell yes, a bank heist would be fucking awesome with those armors because you can move between dimensions and stuff. You never get to do this in the original game. You never get to do any you don't go to a city and interact with people and then go to the shadow and interact with people. That never happens. So I'm looking forward to seeing how you experience the whole thing. Yeah. All right.
Bank heists are just perfect.
Been preparing for this my entire life.
All right. You think?
I totally focused on stealth and stuff for 3 sessions, so I'm guessing this is probably where I'm gonna just see how much damage I can do.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. So you all board the Sub-Zeros, and you are on your way. Within half a day, you have you reach sight of Paris. You are going to dock, and the Sub-Zeros that you've taken is actually one of the largest ones of the Resistance. As you dock, everybody starts, all of the workers of the Resistance just start unloading cargo and start as if they're a normal transport vessel. As you're making your way out, you can see that the security at the port of Paris, they're only looking at their tablets that seem and you can see that, by walking behind some of them, you can see that they're looking inside of all of the Sub-Zeros, and just looking for hidden cargo, things like this. But they're using tablets that are connected to Cosmo and Rebuff. So basically, they're looking at your ship and they're like, there's nothing weird about that ship. When they just unloaded 5 glitches into Paris. You start to make your way into this crowded, large city that's and when you're still at water level, you look down and the waters just smell of petroleum and industrial waste, and it's like and it clogs up your noses really quickly.
Just like Paris.
Pretty much.
Yeah, I mean, it's what Paris is like today, but like it's gonna get worse in the future. Anyways, ambiance. Here we go. Cyberpunk City. All right.
Can I make a suggestion?
Yes.
Yes.
I say that we, before we start the bank heist, we split up and each like do our own recon, and we have like, so that we can collect it faster and get this over done with. So each of us like pick something to go and get. Like one person get the schematics, one person get a getaway driver, one person can get security information, etc.
Yeah,
Smells like a good idea.
I plan as well. Basically, we just split up and get stuff done and keep in contact.
All right.
We can keep-
have like a radio device, right, to contact each other from distance.
The armor can do
Yeah.
that.
The armor can do that. We can keep each other updated.
Yeah, pretty much that. So we can just constantly be in contact with each other without actually being physically present.
I think we
Well,
can
and-
just like manifest just the earpiece also, and then it's hidden, right?
I think we have to manifest the entire helmet.
But you do get a sort of vibration when you are receiving messages, and you can materialize only the piece of the helmet that's inside of your ear for more discretion. So give me 1 second for a little something. Okay, so as you guys are talking about splitting up, you are going to see, you are going to notice that you are being observed. This man with like very heavy bags under his eyes and a trench coat is going to come towards you and say, "Hey, y'all are interested in a few records from Cosmo and Rebirth, confidential?
Can you repeat that?
Are any of y'all interested in confidential confidential videos from Cosmo and Rebirth?"
In what part of the town are we right now?
You're still in the port.
Can we move to like more private, secluded location?
Of course. Follow me, my friends. There's a side street right over there where we can talk at ease.
He's the only guy observing us, right?
Hmm?
Can I
He's
pull
the
out my?
only guy observing us.
Yeah, he was the guy who was observing you.
No,
Can
he's asking if he's the only one.
Huh? Oh, there's nobody else around. There's nobody else. I mean, like when he pulls you in the street.
I'm just going to give Mitya a nod and say I'm gonna go ahead. You guys go have a conversation with him. And as you guys head off in that direction, I'm just gonna double back after going invisible.
Okay. Go ahead and roll for Void. Do you go into a place where you're relatively hidden from people before?
I mean, that's why I asked. It's more like just walk behind some kind of object or whatever it is. Does something simple like a crate or something, you know?
All right. Okay.
Why does this always happen?
Oh, nice. Can I do a contested roll to see if I notice?
Yes. Go ahead. You would need to make a contested roll of chaos to see if you can spot him.
Yeah.
I mean, I sort of gave it away to Nish that I was gonna do this.
Oh, no, I don't see you.
All right. So,
I think I have like 92 with my bonuses as well now, so I don't think I'm gonna get spotted by anything.
all right.
Nice.
So, as you move to the side streets, the stranger is going to reveal that under his coat he has multiple information discs that are all labeled. So he's going to say, "Oh, I got the assassination of of the Paris Prime Minister, and here I've got I've got a few torture scenes from the Empire, interrogating some criminals. Right here, you can. I've got this little baby is from. You might remember that. A senator from Luna came a few months ago and had a sex scandal. Well, since the police had to investigate it, they had to get access to the files of what they were doing in the bedroom, if you know what I mean. And my contact in the police got his hands on some kinky senator shit.
So, wait a minute, because I'm not interested by what you're selling, but I am interested by how you got it. Are you some sort of hacker with shit?
No, I just have, I know people who have access to, well, when the Empire releases information like this from Cosmo and Rebirth, sometimes they, for investigators get access to those things. So, if you know the right people, you can get those and then resell them.
So do you know someone who could get me the plans to a building?
Yeah, I could do one better. I could get you like a video of the entire building. If any crime's been committed there at any point, then the investigation will have access to that.
Listen to me, there's definitely a lot of fucking crimes being committed. I'm not sure any has been investigated on. That's how it fucking works. I'm pretty sure there's been a crime inside that fucking place.
Alright, yeah.
But I would need to talk about it with my associate. Of course you understand, you're a businessman.
I just thought you lots looked like you were new in town and maybe you'd like want a little something, I know it gets boring on those long treks in the Sub-Zerus and at the plankton farms, so just talk it all out among yourselves. And this is what he looks like, by the way.
Henry.
Alright, so I'm assuming we gather, huddle, a little bit out of earshot.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, guys, I'm really skeptical how he approached us. He could be a double agent. That's what's really... The fact that he approached us is really concerning. But he could also be a great help.
Well, I think he's just like a drug dealer, right?
Yeah.
Like he's just dealing with this stuff in the harbor. I think it would be more interesting to talk to the people he bought this stuff from or any of his contacts, like Mitch said.
Yes. If we do, let's try and, if we do ask for anything in detail about the bank, let's make sure to ask about, other random buildings to at least not give away totally our objectives.
Also, I am just gonna whisper some things in the chat because I'm not supposed to talk, actually.
Okay.
I mean, I'm using the stummer so I can't be heard from outside of my suit, but basically what I'm saying is, hey guys, just pretend we're tourists looking for something that gives an adrenaline kick, or some cool stories because it just sounds interesting. Not specifically the bad part, just whatever looks interesting, what's going on. And once you're done asking about these things, just ask about places like pubs and general locations for social hangouts. If he has any recommendations of that sort, that will probably give in direction what kind of people he usually hangs out with.
Yeah, and Henry, could you point us maybe to a place where you and some people who work in a similar trade than you would meet sometimes?
Oh, wait.
If we're looking for work or hire?
Hey, I'm not gonna point you to where the competition is. Besides, I'm the best at what I do. Okay, I'm.
And what exactly do you do? Because you don't collect the information. So what exactly is your precise trade?
Selling information, I think.
I'm a middleman. I find people who look like they're into some dark criminal shit, and I sell them stuff.
Yeah. What gave us away? I mean, like, we look like pretty normal people. We're just boring
This guy's eyes. The guy who was with you, who left. He had those like wild eyes about him. It's a shame he left because I figured he'd be the most interested in one of those babies. Okay, so let's talk business. Let's talk cash. Where do we like which building do you want the information on?
Don't mention funds at all, guys. Just for reference, ask what his price is. Don't mention how many funds we have.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking for. Do I know like a government building? Is there like a famous government building?
There's going to be there's going to be a customs place next to the spaceport.
Sounds nice.
Yeah.
Okay, we're looking for schematics of two places in particular: the customs place and the bank.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so customs place. I know that some people tried to smuggle in some goods from Mars weapons, from what I heard recently. So I can get that easily. The bank,
Guys,
it's more blue collar crimes.
More
Okay,
locations.
it's gonna be
just these two things.
It's gonna be a little bit more expensive. I'm thinking I could probably get it to y'all for 6,000. 6,000 credits.
Okay. We've been fucking around this whole time. I'm gonna ask you the real fucking question. Do not be scared. Do you have the schematics for the Empire Destroyer that's up on our head? That's the real fucking question here. We were trying out, to soften you up.
No, those are military confidential. I don't have a contact in the fucking military. Okay, I'm not. I'm just at ground level. Okay.
Dude, we're fucking with you. We're fucking with you. Of course, you don't have the plans to destroy or the bank. We're good at your trade. We're just fucking tourists now.
Okay. Do you want to buy something from me or not?
Let me ask something in between real quick. What are the places with high levels of technology in general? Like, just not specifically the bank. Ask him if there's high-tech electronics. Whether it's other services, we could probably. I mean, just pretend we're interested in like some kind of hiring some kind of service. Whether it's surveillance or something else, where would we go? So we can get more information on the surveillance tech and some other things as well. Just ask him for those places. Oh, Mitcha just
Yeah, I'll ask Henry about like places that have probably more like this.
Yeah, basically places that have digital access to more than just the physical location, but also to, for example, comms or other things. I mean, for example, what places could have contact to the destroyer up above?
Okay, y'all. I'm not a tourist guide, but I think you're thinking about the military center that's like up on the Champs-Élysées.
Okay. The new one.
3,000 for the schematics.
3,000? Oh, you're driving a hard bargain, brother. 4,000.
Okay, then 2,000 then. Oh, this is not how this works. Sorry.
Yeah, I did. I can go as low as 5,000, but I have contacts to pay and kids to feed.
I'll take out the money chip from my pants and I hold it over to him.
2,000 up front and 1,000 after.
How many before and 1,000 after?
2,000 after. We'll do 2,000 after.
Yeah, 3,000 now, 4,000 when you.
Wait. Just saying, we'll pay 3,000 up front if he shows the goods, and 1 or 2,000 or even more if he delivers and it's what we expect.
I don't have the goods on me.
No,
Okay,
I think,
so you get
I think
3,000.
that- Sorry, but I'm the paranoid one, I know. But and I say that in front of him. What in the world is going to assure us that he's not going to give us some bullshit plans and just run off with the money? Because let's be honest, it's a plan until you get inside the fucking building. You can't check it's the correct plan. That's the whole problem with plans. So if we don't, basically, if we can't confirm it's the correct plan, it has absolutely no value. Zero.
You're right.
Simon.
Can you do something for us, Ollie?
So as I said, I don't have plans. What I do have is videos of crimes being committed in the places that...
You cut
You're
off.
cutting out.
Oh, sorry. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. What I was saying is I don't have plans. I can get you videos of crimes being committed in those places, records from Cosmo and Rebirth, which is as good as a plan. And since they have a sense of cinematography, they will pan out from the outside of the building to the inside of the building. So you won't have any. Yeah, you'll be sure of what you're getting before you're getting it.
All right, let's just take the
But
deal.
in that case, we'll at least know if the footage is actually the bank, because we can see what the bank looks like roughly, and then compare it to the video footage.
I still think we
Exactly.
should.
Sure.
As when the footage was
Yeah.
I
And I still think we shouldn't pay him anything until we can confirm it's the right
Well, that's
plan. It's the right video.
Okay.
Because
We're gonna
otherwise
need to
it's
pay
just
now.
too fucking dangerous.
we need to pay him now. He's
Yeah,
not going to
but-
give it to us otherwise.
We shouldn't. But I do understand that we need to, but we shouldn't.
Okay, in that
But we
case,
will.
I would like to take the money chip out of my pants, and I would look at Henry, and I would like to say, I will pay you 1,000 now, and we meet in. How long do you need to get the pants? Get the videos?
I'm gonna need 3 hours tops.
That's a deal. I'll give you the other 4,000 that you asked for when we meet each other in 3 hours here again.
You got it. All right. Beep. So he takes the chip. You see him like taking out a device from his bag, just like plug it in and say, "Ooh, nice. Okay, here. You can see I'm only taking 1,000. Enter. That is.
How much is there on the account?
That's you've got 3 times the amount that you needed. Yeah, you guys are loaded. Here you go. Pleasure doing business with you. I'll be back
What a weird
right
condition.
here in 3 hours.
Cool.
All right,
See ya.
let's split up and get the information.
Okay.
Right.
So, before we split up, what actually do we want to achieve? Like, what are the 5 objectives that we're going to be splitting?
I wrote it up a little bit above. Some
Yeah.
people can add other stuff, but some things that would be helpful would be schematics.
Hey guys,
Again,
just for reference, we can say that we have the schematics now, but I say we split the roles and I go tell this guy to see where he goes.
That's the best idea you've ever had.
I'm just following already for reference, but he can't hear me through my comms and the silencer thing, but you guys can. So while he walks off, you know I'm not there anymore. But I'm just gonna discuss plans with you guys while I'm going away.
All right.
I'm just gonna say which one of you guys was the tinkering one? That was you, right, Mitya?
The tinkering one. Oh no, that's not me. You don't.
I'm
know
the mechanics guy.
Who made the bet up again? Was that
Vex.
you?
Oh, it's Zex.
I'm the mechanics guy.
Zax. Okay, well, Zax. I think that you can probably focus on the computer systems, the access to computer systems. As we heard from that guy, there are several places with higher levels of technology. I would suggest that you stake those out for some information to see what the higher levels of technology are. I would save the military place for last and make sure you don't look suspicious over there.
Okay, I can give my I know criminal contacts here, but I can just give the information to somebody else to go.
I mean,
Don't you know-
just to stake out the general contact, we know that the destroyer is up there, which is the highest level in the entire place. But on ground level, the technology level is most likely going to be several steps lower. Besides this, I think I'm going to leave Alexander, Mitya, and Cody to sort out the rest. Mitya is probably good at getting security details or guard rotations. But let me say, which of you is more interested in getting a getaway driver? I'm just say Alexander or Cody.
Don't you have contacts in Paris, Zex?
Yes, that's what I was saying.
He has
I can
contacts
take care of
specifically in
I
underground
can take care of the
racing.
security systems, and you can take care of the driver if you like.
Yeah, you can do that.
Can do.
What I really
So,
want to can I propose something that I really want to try out? Can I look into broadcasting a wide message, something that could, hit as many people as we can, and reveal as little as we can?
Under access to computer systems, so I mean, I guess if you're going to do that instead of Zax, then you can just do that on the side while you're investigating.
No, don't leave me with a computer, please.
Actually, Mitya,
not
I have
gonna do it.
a better
Broadcasting is
idea.
going to be computer.
Then-
Like if you're going to be broadcasting, you're probably going to need computer stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah, but
I
I
have a
don't know,
better idea
maybe-
than computers. Spray cans and kits.
Yeah. Little cards are like. I was thinking, like, is there phones in that universe?
I think the person who gets the getaway
Yes.
driver can probably do that as well. Just reference that you're going to do a prank or something, or just leave a message. Not that we're actually going to, like, rob the entire bank or whatever, but you get the idea.
Mitya,
What
how
I
about-
think is Dex is more proficient in the computer systems.
Yeah.
He can also look into what you said, into the broadcasting of messages. I mean, for future reference, it's gonna be important that we know how these systems work in Paris if we come back here as well.
Yeah.
So the more information we get on these computer systems and the more access we get, the better.
So, Mitya, what was your idea about the phones? Your idea about the phones.
I don't know. I think there's something to be looked into. Something as stupid as going to a phone shop and just asking around about, because if something as silly as sending a message to 1 million people is possible, I think it's worth a shot. It's a really silly need to just go and look into it rather than an idea.
Yeah, I have a suggestion for that as well. Just simply pretend you are looking for opportunities to advertise a new company and that you're trying to reach more people and how much that would cost.
Pretty much. Can I go look into that? Can we say that that's my mission? Because I think I can also take charge of, going into the guard details or try and find information about that.
Yeah, I mean, I think the least problematic task would be getting the getaway driver. I'll take care of the schematics. If I can get something done on the side, even better. But so Zax is going to focus on the computer systems. If I got that correct, you're going to focus on the security. On the.
No.
You are not going to focus on security details, right? Or are you?
Okay.
I'm going to do security details.
Yeah, Cody
I
is
could
taking care of the
basically go
security
into-
details. Cody is also taking care of the computers. Zex is taking care of the getaway driver, and Mitya is taking care of.
Okay, I would suggest that whoever does the getaway driver also checks out the guard rotations, and you communicate with the guy with the security details. So
do
I'm
that.
guessing that's gonna be Mitya.
I can do that. I have a sniper, so I can set up like on a nearby building and use the thermal thing to check out
Yeah.
guard.
And what I
That's a
can
good
what I
start.
can
Also,
do though.
if we get schematics, that will be a reference point to see how accurate they are.
Yeah,
If
and
you
I
can make a recording or something, that would be great.
I'll add one up. I think we can do that both, and I can basically go in, as a
Multitask as
client.
best as you can. We can do this.
Okay, Alex, what are you doing?
That is a good question. What else is there left to do?
You mean you could probably just provide support? It's good to have
Yeah.
someone as backup.
I was
That's
thinking
Kind of
about
what I was
heading
expecting to do.
I was thinking about heading into a security company and pretend to buy some stuff, a big system.
So
Would you like to join?
Everyone is getting one more immersion point.
whoever's getting another thing you could do is procure security outfit, like that's somebody else if possible. That'd be very helpful.
Yeah.
Sorry, can you repeat
Right.
that? You
Of
cut out
course,
there.
it's important to remember that none of the tasks are only meant for one person. If you can get more information on one of the tasks the other is doing, then it will be good for cross-referencing later
Yeah.
on.
I'm just listing out things that people can do, just so if that they can.
So, Alexander, you are put in charge of getting clothes that fits like those of the people at the bank, of the security at the bank, so that you can impersonate the security. So, first person first. Alistair, you follow around Henry. You make your way through a few streets. You see him like texting on his phone, and after a little bit, he is going to enter a police station. I'm not sure if you follow in there, but he doesn't stay there very, very long, and he's gonna come back out and head back for the streets in which you met him.
So I try to keep, basically stay within hearing distance, knowing that I am silent, just to try and see if he communicates with anyone, whether it's eye contact or something else. If he is specifically contacting someone, it's clear that he's got a message and is going somewhere now. But I'm trying to see if he interacts with anything or anyone.
All right.
And I'm just gonna go tail him basically and shadow him and just keep that up the entire time, and also try and map the path he takes, basically, so the area where he goes. Basically, just recon the city block.
I mean, it's hard to recon because you can't tell where he's going before he goes there. But
But mapping where I have been, basically.
yeah, you are able to follow him inside of the police station, and as far as you can tell, no one has noticed you. You are going to see him sitting down at the desk and making it look like, and he starts to talk with a police officer who is, and he makes it look like he's trying to file a complaint. And whenever somebody is passing by the desk, he keeps talking about filing a complaint. But when there's nobody around, he's giving like. He's basically like negotiating a price, and you see that at the very end, the cop is going to slide 2 discs in his direction and take money from Henry, and Henry is going to just get up and leave after filing a complaint for his stolen car.
Also, can I see what rank the police officer?
That police officer is going to be like a low-ranking officer, like basically, like as far as you can tell, not any of the what do they call higher
Is there
ups.
also somebody who is clearly interested in their conversation and paying attention, either from like distant in the office or something, to somebody who's staring at them?
Roll for chaos. You don't spot anybody who was doing anything, who was like observing them. A lot of the people at the station seem very bored. You can see that they you see somebody coming in to file a complaint about getting her bag robbed, and like within 2 minutes the police officer has pulled up a video of the entire crime being committed, identified the person, and just sends 2 people to go and arrest the person based on like where the Cosmo Rebirth says the thief currently is.
Okay.
So like crime.
That's really valuable information. In this case, I'm going to pass along the information how the police system works here. Then, of course, I'm going to tell the other guy. I'm just going to say, okay, guys.
Yeah.
I'm now at the police station after following him, and he's got his information there. Just pretending that he was basically looking for evidence to file a complaint. The system they have is pretty quick. They use the surveillance system. And if there's a complaint about someone or, basically a crime being committed, they check their database and they pull up a file, and it only takes them about 2 minutes. So we'll have to make sure that we don't trigger anything too obvious in broad daylight, because they will probably be able to find it or trace it back.
Or not.
But other than that, so just try and lay low for now, but otherwise I don't think it's going to be a problem. The police are not a problem for us.
Okay. And I think I think those records are from the Shadow World too. I think that's how it works.
Yeah, I mean, they got those records really fast, so it's really suspicious. And seeing as they're like solid information disks and not something digital or electrical, I'm thinking you are right. But then again, it's probably not worth investigating that much further. It's just that we know how the police system works here. And that just leaves whoever's investigating the other security systems to check out the military and the sensors and stuff, the security systems. I'm going to continue following this guy, and I'll keep you guys.
Nice.
Meanwhile, have any of you made progress?
Okay.
Just lying on, basically, when Simon gets back. I'm gonna get something to drink as well.
I'm back. Okay. So, if you're done with that, scene, I'm gonna move on to Mitya.
Yeah, I think so.
So, Mitya, you are looking for a way to broadcast to a lot.
Sorry, I can't hear you anymore. Sorry.
Hello, 1 2 1 2.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay. You are looking for a way to broadcast to a lot of people. How are you going to find something like this?
Okay. I will go into a boring telephone shop.
Okay.
You know, like the first like phone shop there is.
Okay.
And I'll just go in and sort of try and look a bit meek. And when it's my turn, I just go to the. Hello.
Hi. What can I do for you today, sir?
I'm terribly sorry to bother you.
No, it's okay. It's my job.
Can I ask you a really weird question?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
I'm not really up to date on phones. you see, I just come from the port. I work in a facility that's near Iceland, and well, it's complicated, and we don't have them.
What can I do for you, sir?
Basically, it's just trivia questions because I'm curious. Could I send a message to all of Paris? Is it possible? Technically, I'm not saying I'm going to do it, but I'm saying
if you had all of Paris in a group chat, then yes, you could. But you need to get the everybody's numbers individually.
I see.
If
And there's no lists that exist of all those numbers. Or is there a database or something? That would be really fun.
Well, probably some advertisement companies might have lists like these, or the Empire, but you need to pay a lot of money to get your hands on those things. I think. If the only system I know to contact a lot of people is the Imperial Emergency System, where they can call. Where if there's any problem, they can use the cruiser to just send a message to everyone.
I didn't know that. How incredible!
Yeah, they don't do that very often.
For instance, when was the last time they did it? Remember what that entailed, or?
2 months ago they did a practice alarm evacuation. You know the drills where they pretend that there's going to be an attack on the city or a fire or something like this. So everybody has to go to the bunkers, and the loudspeakers that they use were the speakers that were on the cruiser. By the way, I forgot to show you, but the Imperial cruiser that's above the city. Now that you've exited the port, you are able to see it floating above your heads. This is what it looks like.
Okay.
Imperial cruiser. Okay. I'm sorry, sir. I can't really help you.
No, don't worry. It was just trivia questions. I don't want to do anything with it. It's just technology I don't know. So.
Yes. Why do you want to contact so many people? Are you trying to advertise for something? Or are you?
Can I be honest? And it sounds really stupid. Because I don't have phones where I live, and we're a tight knit community. We're only 20, so it's a bit weird. And I've been born there. I just wanted to see if, as a dream, it could be possible to say hello to everyone in Paris. It's really stupid. I don't actually want to do it. I was just curious if that was,
Well, if you want to do that, your best bet is going to enroll into the Imperial Army and become a high-ranking officer and get the permission to broadcast from the cruiser.
I see. Well, maybe one day I'll do that. It's actually a very good plan. I thank you for having given it to me.
You're welcome. Have a nice day, sir. Would you like to buy a phone so you can try out what the things that phones can actually do?
Well, I've heard that they go, that they give off waves and that it's not very good for your health. So I think I'll be okay for now. But maybe one day I'll just try.
All right, sir. Have a nice day. Come back soon.
You too. Thank you. Right. And I go out and I go, okay, guys, I've got the fucking plan. We need to get away to broadcast on the actual Empire cruiser. It's possible. They have alarms that can blast a message for the whole town to hear. I'm not saying it's going to be easy, but I'm saying if it's possible, that would be the coolest thing ever, and also super efficient.
You know how hard it is to get on that
something?
How high up is the cruiser?
You're looking at it and you're thinking it's gotta be something like half a kilometer up in the sky.
Okay. If you get up there, we can definitely get back down.
You realize this is gonna be...
I have definitely an easy way to get out if somebody gets up. Or if I get up. I have to be there.
Hey,
sorry, what did you say, Zax? I didn't hear you.
You realize this will be twice as difficult as the bank. We're already doing all this prep work for the bank. That's a whole undertaking in and of itself. That requires us infiltrating it finding the servo room, finding the password finding the password and or hacking into I'm assuming highly encrypted database, and then getting off without getting caught. That's a full mission in of itself.
No, you're right. This sounds silly, but I think there could be a shorter way, because someone just told me that Imperial personnel, like Imperial can just broadcast shit. I'm sure there's those type of little tricks you pull off in the middle of a heist in old, movies. You just go like, there's that little twist at the end where the bad guy tries to broadcast a message, but just there's a thing in the pipeline that's slightly different and that alters it. I'm sure we could find a way to do. They think they're writing, emergency, sudden fire, get out, and they're writing, we stole shit in the Bank of Paris. The Empire is a bunch of doo-doos. I think there could be a way to pirate it in such a way that it's just a little information twist. I don't know. Maybe it's impossible, and if it is, we don't do it.
Mitya, I think still that another way we could approach this would be to just buy 100 spray cans.
I think we
Give
should
some
do
money
it
to
too.
kids and give them a very simple message like they cannot see everything, and just spray it all over town.
They cannot see everything. Oh, no, that's really good. My idea is much worse. I think you're right. And I think everything that we can do to sort of add up to it just works. And if we could pirate the Dreadnought, imagine! That would be a black hole in the size of Paris in the shadow world.
That idea
the biggest metropolis on Earth.
That idea is really stupid. But if it was possible, perhaps I could access if I could access the broadcasting, who's to say that other security systems wouldn't be controlled up there as well?
True.
And so if I was able to get in there, depending on how much freedom and how much of the security is based up there, I could easily false flags and false alarms, making the bank heist itself easier. Now, this is all dependent on whether or not actually get up there, and that would be obviously the hard part. But if it was possible, that would be a great idea. The problem is, I'm not sure if that's possible.
Yeah. If we get sometimes, I'll just continue looking at it. If we don't, we just rob the bank. It's okay. Robbing a bank is cool. It's not, hindering the Empire for thousands of years. Cool, but it's pretty cool.
All right, Cody, what was your mission again?
I would like to get some more information about the security systems of the bank. So my first step would be to try to get a look at the bank. So I would try to make my way there.
Okay.
I don't know. I'd take a cab.
I think in this case you are going to have to go with Alexander, because both of you are going to have to go have a look at different aspects of the bank to breach the security. So,
yeah, let's
Theo,
go together.
Theo?
Sorry, had to unmute my mic.
Yeah, no worries. So you and Cody head towards the bank. So it's going to be this. Who's been drawing green things on my map?
For once, it's not me.
Yeah. So it's going to be this building right here. Oh no, wait. Shift click. Here we go. That building right here. The Bank of Paris. It's mostly an underground building. You walk towards it. So I'm gonna need both of you to roll for chaos to observe the movements that are happening inside and outside. All right. So Alexander, you don't spot anything. Cody, you are able to see that.
You're cutting out again, I think.
Oh, sorry. Cody, you are able to see that there's a few security guards, not an enormous amount. Like you're counting 5 guards in the visible area. There might be more in the background, but like that's less than you were expecting for one of the biggest banks of Earth. You're also going to be able to see that a lot of their security systems are computer based, and you might have a way to hack into it, but you would need to roll for Cosmos at with a certain difficulty.
Okay,
And
so I think I have multiple questions. Okay, go on.
Sorry?
Go on.
and you have a look at the uniforms, so you know what they look like to help Alexander get uniforms.
Okay, I think I would obviously assume that most of their security is not with cameras because they can just look into the shadow world, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They can just look into the shadow world.
They
so
do
won't be
not have
cameras or-
any security cameras. You do not
Okay.
spot any security cameras. There are no.
I'm looking for is there a visible control room or a place where people observe what's happening in the shadow world? Because I think is there something like this
Not
visible?
not from the outside, and you don't have the schematics of the place. So unless you start wandering inside the building and looking around, which might look suspicious, you won't be able to determine that.
Yeah. Okay, so can I see any other kind of security systems like metal detectors or stuff like?
Sorry, could you repeat that? I didn't hear you. very
Can I see other kind of security systems like, for example, metal detectors or like whole body scanners?
Nope.
Anything?
Nope.
Okay. Can I? Okay, I would go to a different place. So maybe Alex, if you wanna do something here.
Yeah. I mean, my best ideas right now are to find a way somehow into a back room where we could find spare uniforms, or go the drastic route and try to get a guard on their own, knock them out, and take their clothes.
We could also head to a tailor, maybe. We have images
that would take a lot of time, though.
Yes. Can we discern how, what do the uniforms look like? Are they very elaborate or very simple? Like, how are they made up?
They're basic suits, but they all have some patterns on the suits that are specific. So you would need so thanks to your roll for chaos, you'd be able to describe them properly, but you'd need to communicate that efficiently to someone with a creation roll to get them to do that tailoring.
What do you think?
I mean, if we could get our hands on some suits, and it's just a matter of putting on a logo, it would still take time, but not as much.
I mean, we still have 10,000 coins, so we can probably get them done overnight or something like this.
Yeah.
Can we? I just chime in through the.
Yeah, I assume we are broadcasting all of it.
Yeah, I think that would be nice to do is every single amount of money that we doesn't need for the heist can go into little schemes to try and send a message. If in the same way that if we have to spend everything for the heist, let's do it. If we don't, let's buy spray cans and give it to kids. Let's print cards and send an ad agency to scatter them on the Champs-Élysées. Let's do that kind of little things with all the money that's left, if there is any.
Cool, let's do that. Okay, so I would like to find the address for a place that sells high-grade security systems.
All right. Go ahead and okay. So you are going to roll Cosmos for this,
Can I
and you have a plus 20.
I'm assuming he's broadcasting this kind of like
Yeah. I'm broadcasting it to you. One second.
All right.
when he's in the.
Oh no, you're all in the real world. None of you are in the shadow world at the moment.
Yeah.
Cody, you are going to find a store nearby that sells security. So what's going to happen is basically like you look around for a little bit and you have to ask your way around, and somebody's going to tell you, "Oh yes, the security store of Paris. It's on 5th Street." And like
Nice.
by the time you get there, you realize there's only one in the entire metropolis.
Security IKEA.
For security, and it's not that big of a shop. It's just that like security does not seem to be a general concern these days. So it sells locks, it sells old-time cameras. It's going to have things like teddy bears to film if your nanny is like stealing stuff. And it has some. It even has computers that you can program to connect to Cosmo and Rebirth and to show you the inside of your house.
Okay. Can I go up to the counter or something like this
Yep.
and ask, hello, I have a really weird question about the way that security systems are set up. Are you the right person to talk to?
Yep. I'm the person who's working here right now. I'm the right person.
See, I'm a scientist. I'm working for the North Atlantic Genetic Research Group, and we are looking to improve on our current security standards because of current developments in our research. And we've been looking into setting up Shadow World security system.
All right.
Can I ask you what the standards are for these kind of things today? Would you have like a server room set up in your place and people working there all the time, or would that directly broadcast to the police or to a central hub where the stuff is observed?
No,
I would just know like what kind of options I would have for my group.
So, what you need to do is you get one of those tablets. There you go, and you fill. When you turn it on, it's going to ask you a lot of documents, a lot of identification. You have to prove with documents that you own the place where you're living or where you're working, and then that file is sent to the Empire on Mars. They process the file, and then they give you access to real-time views and archives of the place that that you've selected. If they like grant you the access, which most of the time they do. You also have to you also have to put those stickers around the place to let people know that they are that you're getting access to everything that they're doing while they're in the place. And then but so I don't know if you're the person who's in charge of the genetics lab thing, but whoever owns the building is going to be the one who needs to file in everything.
Okay. So and then I would hand in one of these requests, and I could buy multiple of these tablet devices and hand them out to my hired security force, and they would be carrying them around all the time and be able to look inside.
Yep, that's right.
Okay.
Did
I see any of these devices in the hands of the security people?
No,
Or on their belt?
like he put one like right in front of you on the desk.
No, I mean at the bank. At
Oh
the
yeah.
security desk.
The you saw one security person moving around with one of them, but just like carrying it in their hands, like not really looking at it. It doesn't. It seems like the security was pretty chill in terms of
Okay.
not very stressed out.
Cool. So we know though that they probably won't have like a server room with like a bunch of displays because they all have tablets in their hands that they could use to always just go inside and have a look. Maybe. I don't know. Excuse me, sir. Would it also be possible to transmit these kind of images in like a traditional security room instead of?
No, it has to go through verified tablets, and you can key those tablets and program them so that they so that only the people with the right fingerprints are able to access it. This way, even if you lose the tablet, nobody can access the data of your place and
Okay.
look through things.
Thank you very much. I will relay this information to my supervising officer. We'll probably be in touch with you with an order soon.
All right. Have a nice day. Come back soon. Thank you. It's nice to talk to someone who isn't absolutely paranoid. Most of the people who come in here are just so afraid of the end of the world and stuff like
I'm
this.
indeed a little bit paranoid, but
You're a lot less so than most of the people who come in here. All right. Have a nice day, sir. Alexander. Theo. Sorry. All right. So.
There we go. Sorry, unmuted.
No worries. You, I believe you would have taken the credit chip from Cody to have money. What is your next step after this? After going to the bank?
God, I feel like this is so much trickier than I thought it would be when I initially signed up for it. I don't know. I'm so nervous. I guess.
If you want, I can move on to Zex and then come back to you if you need time to think to think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that might be good, just to give me a little more think time.
All right. So Zex, you are heading to meet up with some old contacts. Do you give them a phone call before getting there?
Oh, what? I'm sorry?
Do you let them know that you're coming ahead of time? Oh wait, yeah, you don't really have phones, so never mind. Yeah, you go to the garage, the underground garage where you hung out during your studies and created the fastest cars that the Paris Underground had ever seen. Once you get there, you are going to be greeted and recognized by one of your old friends, Valérie Marx. As you come in, she seems to be like working on this powerful engine that's radiating with blue and red energy. And when you come in, she like drops the screw she had in her hand and said, "Zex, long time no see!" And she's going to like come towards you and like hug you in her arms.
Long time no see, Val. What you working on over there?
Oh, just I'm trying to make this fusion engine that we got from the Empire work without access codes, and it's a pain in the ass. You know me, I'm a mechanic, not a hacker.
Some things never change.
What brings you back to the Grey City?
Just a bit of business. Exciting business, but business.
Ooh, exciting business. Okay. Is it the kind of business where you're gonna need to go fast, and that's the one you find most exciting usually.
I look her right in the eye. If I were to say a bank heist,
Bank heist. Okay. There's only one bank in Paris. From what I know, okay. Do you?
gonna need something to go fast and get us out of there if things go tits.
Ooh, can I get a? If I volunteer, do I get a portion? What sort of portion of the loot do I get?
Sorry, you cut out. What did you say?
If I volunteer, what portion of the loot can I get?
I can pay you 500 now and 500 after the job's done.
500? Are you fucking? Okay, are you okay? So you're not going to like rob the Bank of Paris. Where are you actually going to? That you're only going to give me 1,000 to drive you away?
The bank we're robbing is the Bank of Paris, right?
It is the Bank of Paris, yeah.
Okay. Well, it's like we're not even banking the money. It's for a cause.
Oh, what cause?
Yeah. Just do it for an old friend.
Okay, I'll do it.
Also,
but
I know that you want to go fast.
Yes, and I usually look for an excuse to do so, but I prefer to go fast without being shot at the same time.
If all things go well, we won't even get shot at.
Okay. How about this? While you're in there, since you're doing this for a cause, you could just, if you have extra hands, you could grab something, get me a nice little souvenir. For old time's sake. Do it for an old friend.
I can arrange that.
Okay, cool. When's the robbery?
I'm not sure, but I'll keep. We're still in the process, but probably tomorrow. I'll keep you updated on the exact.
Oh, jeez, you always go fast. Tomorrow.
Go fast.
Okay. Okay. Ooh. Here. Let me show you. I've got a baby that you're gonna love. And she takes you to another part of the garage, and she's going to show you this vehicle, which I had one of the players fill out. It has 18 points of armor, 20 life points. It has a heavy bolter at the front and a Cerberus grenade launcher. And it's a hover vehicle, so it can go very, very fast.
I have a question. How conspicuous would this look on the street? Like how would this stand out?
It's meant to go fast. It's not meant to look inconspicuous, but if you're robbing a bank, you're gonna want to. The Imperials, they're gonna have access to Cosmo and Rebuff, so they're gonna be able to track you down anywhere you go. So what you're probably gonna want to do is be able to outrun them for as long as you can, instead, and try to get you to a place that Cosmo and Rebuff isn't easily accessible. So it's more about getting to where you want to go quickly than it is about being inconspicuous. But yeah, this baby is gonna stand out in the streets of Paris a little bit.
So we could park it a little bit like away from the bank, right? Then until keep it as like in an alley somewhere.
Yeah. I could get it close to the bank. Yeah.
Do we have like a tarp that we could put over it at least?
Yeah. Look, I've got plenty of tarps laying around.
Okay.
No worries.
This is also a long shot, but you wouldn't happen to have any contacts in the security team?
Of the bank? No, I don't play with security guys. They like half of those guys are retired cops who still beat their wives.
Yeah. It was a long shot.
Yeah. Okay. So, I've got to ask because I always ask. But are you finally going to volunteer to pay for the gas on one of those races, or is it still gonna be me?
I'm sorry. What do you say?
I have to ask because I always have to. Are you finally going to volunteer to pay for the gas on one of those races, or is it still gonna be me?
For this job, I'll pay for it.
Okay. Well, you have changed a little bit.
Just a little.
Yeah. What sort of cause are we talking about? I trust you. You're a decent person. It's just, if I'm gonna be risking this car, I'd like to know what I'm risking it for.
Sticking it to the man.
Yeah, that's I'm down. Let's stick it to the man. All right.
You hate those assholes as much as I do.
Yeah. Well,
They paid him.
just keep me posted, and yeah, just let me know when.
Nice seeing you again, by the way.
Yeah,
Was it?
yeah. It's always nice seeing you. You're leaving already? Oh my God, you're always in a rush. Come on, hang out. Like I'm having so much trouble with this thing. I'm sure you could help me out because you know how to hack into.
I point over to that thing. I could give that a look over if you'd like.
Yes, I would appreciate it. I know you're better at cracking Imperial codes than I am.
Can I roll Cosmos?
Yep, go ahead.
Oh, what? No.
You start to work on it, and like after 5 minutes of trying to hack into it, a sort of like red alarm starts to blare out of the fusion core, and Valeri is just going to like press a button and shut it down and say, "Don't worry, it's just this. I've like unplugged it from where it would have sent the alarm to. It's just the sound it does when I fail to get into it. You are getting rusty, Zex.
It's a bad day. Just a bad day.
Right. Well, let's hope you have a better day with the bank heist.
Getting all the bad luck out now.
That's a good plan. All right.
I will see you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.
Can I call Zex real quick and ask, hey, can you and maybe about a place to stay for tonight?
Oh yeah, I guess I will. Yeah. Before I leave, I like turn around and say, by the way, you wouldn't know a place I could lay low tonight, would you?
I mean, you know, you're always welcome to. You're always welcome to take.
Sorry, you cut out.
You're always welcome to take one of the sleeping bags and hang out in the back. I mean, if Cody doesn't mind. Sorry, if Varys doesn't mind.
I'll talk to Varys.
Okay.
Where?
Is it just for you, or are the other bank robbers going to be crashing?
For other people as well.
Yeah, that shouldn't be a problem. Varys has been trying to customize this limousine, so there's a lot of legroom inside, and like if you recline the chairs, like it's actually pretty comfortable. They got seat warmers like from all the way before the Empire, still plugged into that thing.
Nice.
Okay. Yeah, just feel free to pop by whenever you guys need to crash.
All right.
Okay. So back to Alistair. Alistair, you you follow you follow Henry back to the street, and he's just waiting for you guys to come back with his with the discs. Are you?
Okay. Meanwhile, I'm probably just looking up at the destroyer, seeing if there's anything coming or going to it. But yeah. I'm gonna stare at Henry if he's sort of perceptive or not. I mean, how is he holding the disc?
Oh, they're inside of his coat, and he is somewhat careful. You can tell by looking at him closely that he is keeping an eye out, but he's also being pretty like chill about it. He's not like looking over his shoulder like he's in danger or stressed.
Yeah, I mean, in general, I'm not going to try and pickpocket him, I guess, but I already confirmed he actually did deliver on what he said he would, so I'm gonna just walk around the area and see if there's anything else that I should be aware of in case we meet him over there.
Okay.
So if there's any kind of cameras or other things that, or people that should probably not be there or might be a problem for us.
You don't spot anybody that's hanging around long enough to be a problem. There are a couple of homeless people and punks who are just staying, who are just like there, but none of them seem to be, like undercover agents of the Empire or anything of the sort.
Are there like alleys or something, or are the people in there, or just like empty alleys maybe? Just close.
Well, Henry is in an empty alley, in a mostly empty alley.
I mean, we paid him like 3K already. We were paying him more after he delivered, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
2K more.
Okay, yeah, I mean, I don't have the chip, so I can't actually just pay him off for the...
Yeah.
I gave the chip to Alex for the clothing.
Okay. Oh yeah. We're gonna get back to Alex. Theo, do you know what you're gonna do to procure the clothing?
I do, now that I remembered our plan. I had forgotten it and was like, oh god, how am I gonna sneak into the bank? Forgetting that we talked about going to a tailor.
Alright. So, you're gonna head off to a tailor and okay. I'm gonna need you to roll for creation in order to create the link with the person, the bond, and to use that to communicate exactly what you need, based on Cody's instructions. And you're going. Oof. Okay, so the person takes your order, takes your money, and when you're going to come back tomorrow, it's not gonna look anything like the bank uniforms that you need.
But you leave the shop feeling confident.
But that only costs you 4,000, so you still have 6,000 credits left.
Damn. Okay. Is there any way I could try and just get some embroidery thread myself and try to fix it up?
By the time you realize like where you went wrong in your descriptions and what the person misunderstood, it will be like on the day of the bank heist.
Okay. Oh boy.
It happens.
It happens. Don't worry about it.
Hopefully it's the kind of thing where, like, if you're not looking for a mistake, it'll be okay. We'll see.
Alright. So, you, if everybody's done with your side things, I think you all gather back up to Henry. Okay, Mitya, yes?
I just have a thing, because I sent a message on the Discord, because I thought that would be easier for you to see written.
Yeah.
So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to call the resistance base, and I'm going to explain to them what I said in the message. Basically, I want to make I need a team of researchers, people that just have time and are a lot, to just do like basically call newspapers to take an ad into them and do stuff like that. I sort of explain my ideas, but I try to spend a few hours gathering a team that's going to be able to do it for us,
Okay.
because it's very simple tasks from day to day. Like mostly it's phone calls, sending messages, ordering stuff, stuff like that. And so I try to call the resistance, and I also try to call Wanda to see if she's up for it. To
Okay.
just gather a team of people to do that. And I've
Got it.
listed the ideas I have
Yeah.
on the Discord if you want to look at them.
Yeah. Okay.
Scheming.
So cans and paying kids to write in street corners. In
That I
Paris.
would do on my free time.
Yeah. Pay for a message in major newspapers, if possible, with it signed Finn, not in person. Have as much calling cards delivered as possible and send in bulk to the Student Bureau of Paris University. Try and make it way too much cards sent at the same time so that it makes an impact, not in person. Record a message from random people in the streets and send it through the phone to multiple newspapers, and only say that they cannot see everything. We will rob the Bank of Paris. Say to people in the streets that it's that it's
That
for
I
a
would
small
have,
movie project.
with the researchers do for me instead of doing
Okay.
it myself.
Got it.
Quick question, actually. Do I have any paper on me? Or something to write notes on, leave notes on for people?
We could say that you do. Yes, we could say that. Yeah, you've got.
Otherwise, I just find like a piece of newspaper or whatever nearby, maybe, I guess. But can I investigate the homeless people near the alley for a bit? I mean, just leaving Henry, of course, as he is.
Sure. How do you want to investigate?
Just see if there's anything that makes them seem like they have, I don't know, or what are their strengths or something, or what are their jobs, or where are their jobs, basically. Basically, why are they there? With this, what can I see about them? Anything about what kind of connections they have besides other homeless people?
They all seem to be French. They all seem to be very poor. Yeah, you don't like. I don't really know what else to tell you.
Yeah, I mean, they're just sitting there, right? Just doing nothing or something, or they like.
Like some of them are hanging out, talking to each other. Some of them are trying to get passerbys to give them enough food for a meal, and some of them are sharing a bottle of wine.
Okay, so I'm going to write some notes with the quote that was mentioned, that they can't see everything, and I'm just going to start slipping notes into the homeless people's pockets.
What do you write on the notes?
There you go. They cannot see
everything.
Huh?
And then,
That's really good.
Oh,
Invisible man handing out notes saying, see everything.
got
I
it.
mean, I saw an opportunity here.
Roll for void to because you need to get real close to people to do that. So you're gonna have just a -10.
Yeah, it's just like walk past, but I mean, that still leaves a plus for the item. Chaos or void?
Void. Okay, that's a success. Yeah, you're able to pass multiple notes without to sneak it into people's pockets, saying they cannot see everything, and while being invisible. Nice.
That plan is so sad. I mean, if something's gonna cause chaos, it's definitely all the homeless people just like tripping out suddenly. I mean, that's one of the basically the people networks, the underground networks, is the homeless people. They all know the other homeless people.
Yeah.
I'm just causing chaos here, so that's the only thing I'm good at. And now I think.
Nice.
Bean, can you, Alistair, can you slip it into the pocket of one of the punks? The one that looks the most like he's living in like a shared house that's like anti-authoritarian?
Yeah, I'm just like, I'm just gonna keep doing this for a while till you guys show up probably to see how many people I can slip notes without them noticing.
Alright. The rest of the group.
Also, while I'm at it, I'm probably just gonna slip one into Henry's bucket as well. I mean, I'm gonna guess he's expecting people to approach him and take something from him, not give him something. So all I have to do is really just like toss it into his pocket. And since I'm basically with silent movement, I don't think that's really a thing he's gonna.
Okay, he does not notice you.
Okay, so he also has a note with "I cannot see everything" marked Finwell.
Nice.
Zex? I just thought of something.
Reese?
I contact Zex by the radio, and I say, do you think you could convince your friend to put fucking speakers on the getaway car and have it blast "They Cannot See Everything"? Or is it just the worst idea I've ever had? Because now that I've said it out loud, it feels like it's gonna hinder escape hugely.
Yeah, that's
The
not
getaway car is supposed to get away.
Maybe
Yeah, no.
we hire a taxi and have it blast that and go in another part of town, and we do not explain anything to the person driving it. And we give him like 3 times the usual ride for that, and he just goes like, oh, what a quirky thing, but it's...
Just for
Then
reference,
you have
maybe
another-
to make it more subtle, is there something like a song with the lyrics like that?
That would be...
use to subtly broadcast it without anybody really realizing what.
If we had a musician, I would highly, highly suggest we go into a recording booth and we record the most kick-ass song there ever was with that name.
Issue with all of this is that it just like we provide a lot of witnesses to these actions when the Imperial does starts asking questions.
Yeah.
That's gonna be a huge problem. Unless I would highly advise against anything that could be traced back to us easily.
True. And as I'm saying true, I just hand out a can to a kid. That's true. We should do things that do not trace back to us.
Everybody gets 1 immersion point, and it's going to be the time where you all finally meet back in the alley where...
I cannot hear what you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay. You all meet back in the alley where Henry is.
Okay.
So...
Hey Henry, do you have the plans?
Yes. Well, as I said, I
Oh, yeah,
can't
the
get
videos.
plans. I got the videos. Here you go. It's legit. You can have a look through them.
Take a quick look at them.
Yeah. Apparently, apparently some dude tried to hire a hacker to sneak into the Bank of Paris and to delete all the files that about like all of the money that he was laundering. Like, phew, the police still haven't tracked down like who it was exactly. And that's so weird that they didn't find out. Like, they have Cosmo and Rebirth. Like, what the fuck? But yeah, like they did catch the hacker, and this was the video of it.
Okay,
Another
so-
question: is there like, do you think there for the bank if we delete it, if they still have logs or something else? I mean, of course we need to make sure we get rid of all the trails or something.
I mean, the problem is, it is your goal to eliminate all the trails. It's the goal of the campaign if you're trying to destroy Cosmo and Rebirth, which is an archive of every single thing that's ever happened in the world. So it's gonna be a long-term plan to try to eliminate all traces. Okay.
Yeah, but like for the money system, I mean, if we do something in the Shadow World and the glitches can be tracked, if we break something, I'm assuming that it needs actual people to fix it as well.
Yes. Okay.
So basically, if we were to break the bank, I mean, the database would probably still exist somewhere, I guess. But is it like that's what I asked with the physical money? If it's all digital, the real question is: if we destroy the bank database, does it re-destroy it?
Yes, it does.
And plus, we don't really care because that's for Michelle. If it doesn't work, it's just a problem, not ours.
Yeah.
I think.
Okay, so you start looking at the videos. Well, at the video that interests you. This is what the entrance of the Bank of Paris looks like with the elevator, and this is over here what the higher floor looks like that leads into the server room, and the elevator also goes down deep into the multiple to multiple different vaults, and the one that you want is looks like this, and it is on the floor that's -3.
Okay.
So
Do
you've
we
got
know the number of so-and-so?
154.
Okay.
So you now have most of the elements that you need. The clothing isn't quite finished yet, but you do have a getaway driver and a ride and things like this.
I wonder if there's a way to get information on any of the security.
Yeah, me too.
Or just in general staff of the bank?
You know what we could do? I could go to the bank right now, and then just do a stakeout. We could do a stakeout, and then follow the worker home, and then.
By the way, everyone, I would like to point out the following thing. Due to the mechanics of you get more and more immersion points as the game goes on, usually it's best to have the big finale of whatever mission you're doing at the end of a game, not at the start. So if we keep going like this, you're gonna reset all of your immersion points before the next game, and you won't have as many for the big heist.
Yeah, but that's bad metagaming.
Well,
I
let's
think
do
there's-
one more thing, and then we'll go.
I think there's a trick we've
about it
missed.
as well, because I play several instrument stuff in real life. I was wondering if I could, like, possibly just spend an immersion point to warp it and somehow make a song instead of just a simple quote, just like some kind of melody that makes it.
Absolutely. So, since it would be a creation role to make a song, you can use the miracle thanks to the fact of the Cellulis that you know how to do music, and then you roll creation with a +30.
Creation +3, right?
Creation +30. Okay. First, you have to tell me what it looks like. How does it change reality? What looks different when you're the parts of reality that have to do with your character change into something that has to do with you, the player.
So I mean, it's for music, so I would probably be, if somebody reads the note, it's similar to the other notes, but what Willem was doing, I'm guessing I can probably try and pull off something similar, that if people read the note, it's gonna be sort of in the form of a song stuck in their head.
Oh.
Right.
Like as if there's like a famous song that they cannot see everything in the chorus, and then they read it, and then they will immediately remember the song, and it will be stuck in their head.
Yeah,
Kind
Every
of.
step you take,
remember
I'll
the
be
song
watching
and
you.
try and sing it or something.
Okay, you're trying to do kind of something like what Wilfred was doing,
Pretty much.
but
I'm using this technique right now. I mean,
Okay.
my chaos level is sort of on the same, so.
all right. Go ahead and roll for creation, and you get a +30.
Aww.
Oof, even with the +30, that is insufficient.
No.
Can I roll
so
again?
nice.
Try it again. for
You
another
can
version?
okay. So that's gonna take you a while to try to pen this. and you do feel this sort of like weird influence over your writing, as if like the words are coming to you, and it feels like there's a voice in your head that's just telling you the words. But even then, you don't, whatever you end up writing does not stay in people's head. So you don't actually know that it failed. But I need you to take off that fact and put it in the used facts of the Cellulis. Right.
Where is that actually?
It's at the bottom of the character sheet under the facts of the Cellulis. There's the used facts of the Cellulis because you finished using it using this one.
I can't use them again, right?
You can't use the same one again.
I mean, also in later campaigns, or
like later down in the campaign, you won't be able to use the same fact of the Cellulis.
you fell away for a little bit.
Sorry.
I mean, it's like just immersion ports. Do they reset
Yeah.
like?
Later down in the campaign, you won't be able to use the same fact of the Cellulis. They're all one-time uses.
I think, guys, I've thought about something to get into the building. Because
Okay,
we're
wait a
linked.
moment. I can't add like more immersion points for like increasing the power, right? The bonus.
You can only spend one per roll.
Okay, I'm just gonna add it to the used facts tab.
I mean, as a preemptive strike, when we do the heist, instead of just going in blind, what we could do is, are we going to do it at night? Because I thought we could send somebody into the bank with something to deposit in the vaults, and the whole team follows behind, but during the day. So maybe that's not a good idea. I don't know.
Yeah, should we get to the place where we are playing overnight, maybe, and hatch a plan? And we can still decide to go the night after.
Yeah.
We want to go.
You guys can go. I'm gonna like try and stalk a employee.
Okay.
Instead of going to sleep, I'll take the I'll camp out, take out beside the bank, and then follow the worker, and then try and take it.
Yeah, yeah. You can listen into our comms and then join the conversation.
Yeah.
Right. So, Zex, are you following one of the security workers or just one of the bank tellers?
Yeah, I'm going to sit out on top of one of the buildings, and then just wait until like a security guard kind of comes out, and then I'm gonna.
Okay. So, how do you get down from the building fast enough that you're able to keep track with that employee as they're leaving?
I was assuming there's like a fire escape. I would be able to get down relatively fast.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna need you to roll for chaos to keep up with the person as they get into their like mode of transportation, and then after that, roll for void to avoid being seen. Okay, you are able to keep up with them, and you are able to follow them. So that's that person is going to take the subway all the way to basically this. So he takes the subway all the way to one of the gigantic pillars that hold Paris above the water. And you see him basically like taking an elevator and going down to the base of the pillar where the sea touches the pillar, and you can see that there's a bunch of debris and junk, plastic, most of it just floating. That's been stitched together into this large platform. And you see that there's basically a community that seems to be living next to the very polluted sea, like right on top of it, thanks to the plastic at the base of the pillar, and that's where the security guard is headed.
Okay, I follow, and I'm looking for an opportunity when he if he goes into like an alley or anywhere where
There, like the buildings aren't large enough for anything to count as an alley. It's more a sort of like refugee camp or like the basically all of the homes, all of the things are more like tents than real buildings.
Can I wait? Can I continue to follow?
Yeah. The person just makes his way to one of the larger like cabins with a tarp over it, and he steps inside, and you can hear that person talking, discussing with another voice who's asking how his day was, and he does not seem to come out for like a long time.
Okay, I whisper to I let everyone know. Should I make a move, or would this harm the movement if I were to just burglarize this man?
What kind of information are you trying to assess?
Well, I was going to try and trying to jump him, and then get any information I could, interrogate him, and get his uniform. But he's with his family currently, and if I just go in, that's food for fodder for the propaganda network to run against. So should I just double back, or should I commit?
Well, that seems also like, yeah, it's bad publicity, but it's also a terrible thing to do.
Yes, that as well. But is it for the greater good?
I don't think an in-the-floor security guard is going to be able to give you enough information to justify beating him up in front of his family.
Yeah.
I think. I may be wrong. Maybe it's the good thing to do for the efficiency of the mission. I feel that's not enough for me, but if you feel you have to do it,
I'm gonna make a. Is there like a roll to see like what my character would? Is there like a chaos or death? Like what would I roll if I?
To try to anticipate things.
Well,
Cosmos.
he's got like a ethical dilemma, whether or not to anything to.
There isn't exactly a rule to know if what you're doing is ethical, because I don't know. I can't tell you.
I can't tell what. I'll just do this. Higher than 10, I do it. Lower than 10, I don't. No, higher than 10, I don't do it. Lower than 10.
how very two-faced are you?
Okay. I'm going to double back now.
All right. So you double back. You head to the garage if everybody's done with their things. All right.
Sorry, guys, I couldn't go through with.
Okay. And all right.
I think if you had, I would have beaten you up at one point. I think you did good.
I don't know. We'll wait tomorrow. We'll find out.
Yeah.
So, you're going to be greeted in the garage with the smell of heavy fumes and the sound of engines sputtering in and out of the half-life they're stuck in, and very very comfy sleeping bags for you to stay in while you're hanging out in the limousine. Valeri is very nice to y'all. She's going to say, welcome, friends of Zex are friends of mine. I hope none of you get car sick because we are going to go fast tomorrow, and that's a promise. Yeah, all of you are in it to stick it to the man.
Sorry.
Indeed. Thanks for having us, Valerie.
Yeah, mi casa es la casa de Vex.
Nice.
Right.
Just for reference,
I don't
I'm
speak
still
Russian.
waiting at that alley, right?
Sorry?
Just for reference, I'm still waiting at that alley with Henry, right?
No. Henry, like you bought the discs off of Henry. You got them.
Do I have money, Jeff?
You
No, we went with you. We gathered.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah,
Met back in the alleyway.
Guys, I just missed that part too.
Okay. Yeah. No worries.
Yeah.
It happens. All right. In the evening, you are served a typical French meal. You are going to be given this. Valerie is going to cook this yellow paste that turns out to be mashed potatoes with a certain cheese mixed in with it that makes it super stretchy. She calls it aligot. And she's going to give you all some of it with some like smoked meats, and for dessert you're all going to get this very filling butter cake called a kunyaman, which is like butter and caramel type cake from Britannia, and it's with like very full stomachs and a little bit of red wine that you fall asleep, and in the morning you are going to get up, get ready for the heist, head off to the tailor and realize you do not have the right clothing for the heist, but you have the rest of the equipment. So Valerie is going to park. Okay, where do you want Valerie to park? Because I'm gonna put the.
I think it would be nice to make a little bit better of a plan first. Now that we have the intel before we go in.
Yeah, you got it.
Just, I mean, it's gonna go wrong anyways, but like a rough idea.
I love your optimism.
I think we should go with.
One of you had the thermal stat. Can you cross-reference it with the schematics we had? Just to see if anything changed. I mean, I'm guessing it hasn't since we saw the video, but if you were to use the thermal thing, is there anything that would not show on the camera or something that would suggest there's something hidden in the...
Right. So you start to observe the bank with the thermal imaging, and you're going to like everything seems to check out with the video you were given of. Sorry, I was just handed over a little baby boy.
Nice.
He wanted to see me. Okay, that's nice.
Also, Theo, was that a cat?
No, that was my son, Reptar.
No, Theo. I think I saw Theo had a cat or something.
Oh, I don't see Theo anymore.
Yeah. Oh
Yeah,
no,
only
here,
after
let me
like 5 seconds.
reconnect.
Like, wait.
My internet dropped a second ago, so let me reconnect and get it all
Yeah.
resorted.
I
But
mean,
yes,
like,
no.
the cameras haven't been working the entire time. It's like Russian roulette once every like 2 or 3 minutes. One camera just works for like 5 seconds and then disappears again. And I'm like, I saw a cat.
All right.
You did indeed see a cat.
So you
Is
are
there-
hanging out all together on a rooftop near where the bank is.
Yeah. Let's look at
and
the plans
making a plan
Is there any entrances on the top of the
of the
like
bank.
any windows or vents?
Let me have a look.
Yeah, that could be good.
If there are vents, they are not large enough for humans to fit through.
Can we maybe see the plans of the building again through
Yep.
video?
Video.
Maybe that like this.
For sure. You want to see the entrance, the offices, or the vault?
Let's start at the entrance.
Okay. So this is what it's supposed to look like.
Okay, so the entrance is here, right?
Yeah.
And then this will be a counter
Yeah.
where people go to do what kind of business?
Well, to take out money or to put money in.
Okay, so that's just the money. Then this would be the way
The elevator, yeah.
the elevator.
Cody,
Yes.
I just thought of something. Didn't you say you mastered a trick about teleportation?
Indeed.
I'm gonna ask a question that's gonna sound stupid, but if we go through the shadow world, can you get us straight into the vault with it?
I can get us straight into the vault with it
Observe the shadow world.
in the real world, actually.
No, you can't do it in the real world because you can't use shadow powers in the real world.
Oh, yeah. Oh, shit. Damn. Well, Simon said. I can only do it in the shadow world, but yes.
But you can do it in... Because,
Yes.
wait a sec. What was our reason for not going to the Because they're gonna spot us?
Yeah, they can see the shadow world.
Also, because we want to send a message and try and do it in the real world, if possible.
Yeah.
True.
If they have a security setup that has eyes on everything all the time, then they're observing the shadow world.
I've got a plan. Okay, what if I go in and pose as a securities expert to just do routine maintenance on the security thing? I'm not sure if they'll buy it, but if they do buy it, that'll get me an in and make everything else go a lot.
Yeah. Also, guys, remember I am very, very good at sneaking, and
Yeah.
I can
I was
probably
supposed to say.
sneak even better in
Yeah.
the Shadow Realm.
Okay.
We should go together.
What you could do is I could pose as a security expert and have the guy who can go invisible tail me, and then when we get in the room, he can take him out, take whoever's supervising me out very quickly, and we'll have an in, and everything else will be able to go from there.
I
If
think
we-
I can add to this. I think that's a great idea, but I think what we should do is you do that, so we have a security expert that's going to do a routine inspection, something like that. You know, secret
If
client
something
type
is
of stuff.
sabotaging, then I am probably the best at doing.
Yeah, that's it. Maybe we could do that, and also have you or you, like Zex and Alistair are like a couple of security experts, so you can go in together, and at one point you can take the attention, Zex, and Alistair can disappear. So maybe that's the thing. But maybe we can also be like Mitya, Cody, and Alexander are clients, so we can be really close to you. Maybe one of us can get by pretending he wants to, put something there. And so we're five
Get
and
them
five.
to open the door. I could probably sneak in. The problem is I would also need to sneak out.
You also have to remember.
We don't need to sneak out. Nobody needs to sneak out. We can get out easily.
So Valerie is saying, "Wow, I'm glad we've got a good plan going into this. Everybody knows what their roles are and everything." Zex, can I talk to you for a second?
Now's not really a good time.
Yeah, and do remember that Rome wasn't built in a day. Okay, it took like 7. So calm down. I'm sorry, I'm just a bit stressed out because I'm gonna rob a bank and I don't have a plan.
Yeah, I can.
I'm supposed to be the leader here. I figured we have the information now and we summarize it. I mean, my idea was we use the thermal imaging to check with the schematics. We have the guard schedule and we have some information about the security systems. So we should know how to either disable or circumvent the security system. And we know that the target is basically wherever the money is being stored. So all we need to really do is get in there somehow. And basically, if we switch them to the shadow world, it should take them out. And since I am pretty much invisible, if I were to try and take those to the shadow realm with me while invisible, they would simply just break down, and I would probably not even be spotted at all.
Perhaps.
It would just seem like a malfunction.
Yeah.
Also, another thing that we could do is that I could stay behind, outside of the building, and provide support in case anything goes wrong, because I can got a jetpack, and I also have a super long range weapon right now. So I could basically set post on a rooftop and act as reinforcements in case
Alright.
anything goes wrong. Because
Let's
I'm
go.
not that good at pretending I'm not who I am. I'm a huge asshole. I have to live with it, and I don't lie about it. So
Well, we could sit outside and talk about this all day, or we could like go in. We need to.
Yeah. Just one thing, Alistair, when you grab somebody and run and disappear in the shadow world with them, be aware that you're going to show up on their security. So that's probably going to be the end of our stealth.
That's why I'm going to go in first as the security expert. Try and buy us time,
All right.
and I can delete the information. That was our secondary objective.
yeah.
Okay.
And we're trying to get info from the vault? Or we're going to get at the vault, like in the vault? By pretending to be Boston.
Okay, that's
We need to open.
The stammer upgrade, the gear upgrade, works for silencing things around me in a small area as well, but I cannot camouflage anyone, I think, unless Simon says the Repsiloid armor, if I just hold someone with the Repsiloid armor, that it can basically also work as camouflage as long as I am the one holding it up.
okay. Well, I'm going to go in the bank now.
All right. So you you walk into the bank. Zex, that's your character token. Mitya is staying as a sniper on the outside.
Yeah, I'll go to like a rooftop that's like slightly less than 100 meters.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So hold on. I'm gonna put you on the Bank of Paris on the outside, and you can choose a rooftop to put your character token in.
I'll go there.
Okay.
And let's have Valerie park in the alleyway next to this one. And that's where we are gonna teleport on our way out.
And
Right,
if
so right
anything
here?
goes oh, sorry.
Right here.
Yeah.
Okay.
And if
Yeah.
anything goes horribly wrong, like it's really dire and it sucks, failed at everything because our plan is bad, we need to get everybody to Cody and we escape through teleportation in the shadow. That's our last resort.
All of us
So
can pretty much teleport, right?
No. Yeah, we could, but he's gonna do it reliably, whereas we're gonna do it haphazardly. But we can all do it.
Chaos is a little bit high, so I would probably break something.
I can actually open a gate and then we can all go like one gate.
Yeah. Also,
So we don't all have to do it.
Just for reference, if we want to do this covertly, all you have to do is get me inside the room. If you can make it look like a technical dysfunction or something, that the door opens and closes again, it's gonna be fine. If as soon as I get into the computer room, I can just take the entire area with me into the shadow realm to disable them. And if that doesn't work, I can just leave a grenade.
Okay.
But basically, I can remain invisible and unnoticed, and if I can sneak in and do that, it's just going to look like a technical difficulty. I don't show up anywhere on the sensors then.
Okay, let's go.
All right. So, Zex, you come into the bank, and you walk up to the desk, and there's a bank teller there who's saying, "Yes, hello. What can I do for you today, sir?"
Hello, I'm here to do routine inspection on the security system, make sure there's not any holes or flaws in the system. I'm in a kind of a rush, so if you could hurry it up.
I wasn't told about any security inspections.
It's a last-minute measure, but apparently there's been threats called in, and I was called to by the local security.
Give me one moment, sir. And so she moves to walk to this character here and starts interacting with them. And this guard starts to look at his tablet, then looks back up at you, and then back down at his tablet, and then back up at you, and then at her, and back at the tablet. And he's gonna come towards you and say, "Excuse me, sir, could you follow me, please?"
Sure. Yes, I will.
All
I'm
right.
assuming you already hacked the tablet, so.
Uh-huh. Nobody made any rolls to hack anything.
No.
Didn't we get into the security system or something from our side already, or are we just still not covertly at all?
Nope,
Besides
you
being
did not do that.
No.
We have no plan.
Okay, good. Then I just know I'm the only one that's still trying to be invisible.
All right. So if you're coming with them, I'm gonna need you to roll for stealth. You do have your plus 50 total to your void, so go ahead and make that check against the guard's perception. Chaos.
Yeah.
And okay, wait. Okay, you didn't write the plus 50 that you have, the bonus plus 50, so you actually succeeded. You're good.
Huh.
Yeah, I just roll from the sheet and just add the 50. I have plus 6. Basically, what's left over.
So once you're inside of the elevator, you see the guard is actually going to take you up to the offices, and he asks you, "Sir, we seem to be having a glitch happening. You're not showing up on our security systems."
It's a hush-hush. It's a hush-hush endeavor. They don't want. They don't want.
Just say the higher ups are involved with it.
Yeah, the higher ups want to check all things.
Right. Can you explain why my coworker was still standing at her desk on a tablet, but she was clearly standing next to me and talking to me when you were...
This is the kind of glitches that I was sent to try and fix.
Nice one.
Well, okay, so right now you're the three of you are alone in the room, and roll for creation. You're trying to convince him or distract him from Alistair's presence. Creating a bond.
I'm basically just standing out of any possible pathway or place someone would want to.
Okay. All right. I'm sorry, I wasn't told anything about any sort of inspections, and it's
of course you weren't. Of course you weren't told anything about the inspection.
And based on what you're telling me, it seems our security system is compromised. So I'm gonna do the necessary steps to ensure the security, and then we can get back to talking. And you can see him like tapping a few things on his tablet, and an alarm starts to a soft alarm starts to ring throughout the bank. Right. Okay.
I would like to be in the
lobby.
bank, pretend to go through some like written material, just to keep myself occupied.
All right. So yeah, you and Alexander, sorry, Theo, are you also present on the inside of the bank?
Definitely keeping look if anybody else is like going to the offices in that direction.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So both of you are sitting on the couch over here, and you see you don't hear anything, but you see all of the guards kind of reacting at the same time and putting their hands up to their earpieces and taking their weapons out of their holsters.
Uh-oh.
I have a question from the outside. Are there windows to which part of the building?
So there are windows to the entrance room, and that's it.
Also, for quick reference, I'm going to jump in real quick here. I am still using my silencer and stuff, so something should not be heard outside of my suit. I'm going to give a small update to everybody outside of what is going on as well, and the fact that the alarm system, the soft alarm system, got triggered. So it's not a high alert, but everybody is on alert. And just check if they can see if there's something wrong with the system or any communication with outside of the bank.
Okay.
If there's any communication with places outside of the bank, if that could possibly be hijacked or something.
I mean, we basically just destroyed their whole security system. Because everybody just did some weird move that he didn't do in the Shadow World.
Yeah.
And now they're doing other things.
That's true. Their security system is totally boned. If you can get out of the room, Alistair, they cannot see you in the Shadow World. So as long as you're not seen in the real world, you're invisible. Just get out of the room and into the
entire plan. I'm just trying to walk around and discover stuff. I'm just wondering what I should mess up. I'm just like relaying what happened and seeing if there's anything else going on.
Just try and go into the vault.
Up in the office, right?
So yeah, Mitya is communicating to you. Just go into the vault.
I mean, I can basically communicate with anyone without raising suspicion. So that's also sort of what I'm trying to do. Because Mitya was the one next to the guard, right?
No,
he can't really
I'm outside.
No, Mitya is outside in a sniper position. Zex is the person who's with you right now.
Okay, so I'm just going to see if there's anything around me that looks like it might have an effect on the system. Are there any? I see a staircase, but is there anything else going on? Also, what is this room on the right?
Okay, so it's 2 offices, and this is the server room, right here, the one you clicked to.
That's the server room.
Yeah, that's the server room you're supposed to destroy.
Yeah, I mean, I was sort of planning to just walk around. I'm just definitely going to head in that direction.
Okay, so yeah, you start to move away from Zex. The security person, the security guard, is giving orders and saying, "Somebody get me Admiral Ghost on the line. Please tell him that we have a huge problem with Cosmo and Rebirth right now."
Zex, do something in the next 3 seconds, or I'm going to do something.
Yeah,
I'm going to
Zax in the through my armor, like just say that it's not Cosmo Rebirth that's the problem. It's that their sensors are broken and they need to be fixed, which is why you were sent there in secret.
Can I?
Whatever. I mean, you're not visible on the camera, so just say that you were working for the higher ups.
Can I?
Over there.
Can I yell out?
And maybe someone can, like, pretend to be a higher up.
Can I do? Can I yell out? What's that? Like to the opposite direction, into the doorway, like, whoa, like. Scared, so he turns around and then tries to shoot him in the.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Roll for death.
If I knew you were going to do this, I could probably have used all my assassin attack abilities and just taken him out.
Yeah, I
He
was
is at
thinking
point
that
blank
too.
range.
I can't really
So he
communicate
gets
anything to you.
+40.
Okay, meanwhile, I am over here in the server room. I'm sort of like hearing what is going
Oh
on.
no!
Alright.
I hear all hell break loose outside, basically. And I'm like, yeah, we need to do this quickly.
Okay. So, Zex, what weapon are you using?
My pistol, because it's close range.
Okay. And it's a bolter pistol?
I think so, yes.
Okay. So, all of you at the first floor, you hear BAM! BAM! And as the bolts are exploding, and Zex, you unfortunately have missed. And now the guard is seeing that you like have a weapon in your hand, and I'm gonna need you to roll for initiative.
Can I roll
I
for
want to
initiative
call-
too, because I want to shoot?
Yeah.
I want to call Alistair real quick and say, get the codes for the basement if you can, and then destroy the room if possible.
Roger, I'm going to check that out. And I just quickly go around seeing what is on the table. And if that's not something important, I'm going to check the screens to see if anything's there, and otherwise the filing cabinet.
In the shadow world, everything is peaceful and quiet. On the screens, it's showing that there's absolutely no problem.
Also, but I'm looking for the codes mostly.
For the code?
The codes for the basement.
Oh, right, yeah. So I'm gonna need you to roll for chaos in order to look for that.
I'm looking like under the table and whatever, or if there's something clearly important.
Yeah. Go ahead and roll for chaos. Go ahead and roll for chaos.
Yeah.
And Mitya, you are the first to act after the shot is fired. Alistair, you're not finding any codes.
Okay, so basically I can see through Zex's eyes.
Yes.
Is he 2 meters away from the target?
No, currently he's much closer than that.
Okay, I'm going to explain to you what I'm going to do. I'm going to spend an immersion point. I'm going to go look in the facts of the cellar list or something that permits me to do that. And I'm going to shoot through the building and try to hit here.
Okay.
Just behind, in such a manner that my 2 meters radius is not going to hit Zex.
Got it. Okay.
So basically, okay, I'm going to look at the facts of the cellar list. What I can use and how I'm going to use it.
Right, time for the combat music.
Okay.
Alex, I think it might be on us to, when the chaos breaks loose, head into the basement, grab this.
Yeah, well, so
Yeah,
I did
most
not find
likely.
any codes. So you're probably, the cover is basically blown. They are still not aware that you're with the enemy, but
Yeah. Okay. I'm lucky to be where I am in my life.
Okay.
And basically what's going to happen is I'm going to arm the weapon, try to find, to do a weird calculation in my mind of, okay, if I want to shoot here, I see it through Zex's eyes, so I have to, and I'm going to just try and find an estimation of where I should shoot.
Mm-hmm.
And all of a sudden, I'm going to slip because of a magical banana peel. And slipping on the roof, my gun is going to fire in a seemingly random direction that's exactly where it needs to shoot to kill the guard.
Nice. Okay. Okay, so you're shooting into melee combat. You're trying to hit a target engaged in melee combat. If one
he's not engaged in melee combat.
Yeah. You're just gonna get a -10 to your death roll, but you get a +30 because of the
Okay, let's do that.
immersion you rolled. So go ahead and roll for that. and I'm lucky to be where I am.
So plus 20.
Yes.
Fuck, I hope it works.
Oh, nice.
Great.
Okay.
I think you shoot the guy pretty dead.
Oh, you haven't seen the damage my weapon does at 100 meters.
Well, I still need to go out through that room, so I will definitely need to figure out how the fuck I'm gonna get past the giant hole now, but...
Oh fuck. Okay, do I roll damage?
Yeah, go ahead. Roll damage. Wait, what?
Yeah,
You roll 60-10 plus 12?
yeah.
Okay.
At between 50 meters and 100 meters, it does that, and it has a pen of 14.
Okay. Well, there is now a gaping hole in reality where there used to be the guard. So yes, you've obliterated the poor guard. Let me show everybody.
You see my character going like this. You see my character going.
And you sort of see my vision going like, yeah, exactly what I wanted to do.
Then you see my finger going.
I wonder how Zax is looking right now.
Sex is just like, whew.
Run, get the coats, man.
Yeah.
I already filled the codes. I mean, I can't probably roll again.
All right.
No,
Yeah, you're not finding any of the codes. Now, this disintegration blast gets the guards in the main room to yell, "Everybody get on the ground!" And like two of them are gonna go outside and have a look at like the huge hole in the building that they're supposed to guard.
What about the ceiling? I mean, there's a hole in the floor now as well. I'm guessing. Like, where does that lead to?
Right now, it's leading to the floors below, which are there's a few offices, and then like there's and it's part of the hole leads you into the what's it called? Into the chute for the elevator chute.
I'm going to run to the server room and use my electrograph to try and hack into it.
All right.
I'm already in the server room, right?
Yes.
Right, but I want to try and hack into it.
Go ahead. All right. So roll for Cosmos to try to hack into this with the electrograph.
Can I use a fax of
Yep.
fax the Celsius to science? I love science fiction with supercomputers. Obviously, use that to increase my hacking abilities.
Absolutely. How does that change reality? How does that make it look?
Basically, I can see in code. I can see the. I can like talk, like almost speak to the machine.
Mhm.
Like I see through. Like, my reality gets warped into like my mind is like a machine, and I'm like.
Got it. Is there any visual effects that Alistair might notice?
Maybe like my eyes might be like green with like the
Mhm.
the
Yeah,
matrix binary.
Yeah, you get the matrix lines of codes falling through your eyes, and like he's able to see this. Okay, so go ahead and roll for Cosmos, and also you and Mitya, please take the facts that you used and put it in the section that's the used facts of Cellulis after you're done.
How do you add 30 to it?
30. Just click on Cosmos, and then when the modifier appears, just write 30 in there. Not plus 30, just regular 30.
Roll and imagine the plus.
Do you write plus 30 or just 30?
Just 30.
Plus 30 works
No,
also.
it glitches some things out. Okay, that's an open roll. Yeah, perfect. You have complete access to all of the files on the server room and to the codes of the bank. So you're able to manipulate like things like emergency doors and things like this all throughout the bank.
I was telling her like, see, you hack into the system, so instantly like, hey, while you're at it, how about just transferring some funds for our benefit? Means, did you have a chip?
Well, step one, please send the elevator up for us. Maybe.
I'm gonna create a diversion, guys, and I just smash the button of my jetpack, pull on my armor, and just come through the hole into the building.
Oh my god. Alright. I'm gonna need you to roll for life because you're getting shot at by the 2 guards who are outside to dodge this.
Fuck.
We gotta move the.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's
Okay,
everyone
so-
else doing? Because we've been doing a lot. What's everyone
Yeah.
else?
Yeah. So like
We're waiting outside.
well,
In the entrance hall of the bar.
yeah. Are you
I'm just waiting for
Cody and
Elevator.
to give me the green light to just basically destroy the room with whatever they're gonna try.
Whoever's just waiting outside should probably head in and head to the bank, get money instead of just waiting because we gotta move fast.
Yeah, like if you send us the elevator up, we can go down. You are the diversion. We get the stuff, and then we can get out.
Yeah, and I'll be
We're right in front of the elevator right now.
I'll in the server room. I'll open doors and stuff to make it easier.
Yeah.
Alright.
Okay.
So
let's go to the elevator.
okay.
I guess that like there's a lot of crazy stuff going on. Like the guards are running around, and we're like a little bit probably unnoticed. Like
Okay. So
trying
you're
to-
you're heading to the elevator, and the guards who were yelling "Get on the floor" are going to point their guns at Cody. and
okay. So
Alexander.
everybody's on the ground.
Yeah, like the tellers were on the ground, and the few other clients who were in the bank are all on the ground right now.
Oh, okay. So then I guess we're also on the ground.
Okay. Do you want to do anything to the couple of guards that are there?
Is there still like a lot of movement going on, or is everybody still?
No. At the moment, 2 of the guards are outside trying to shoot down Mitya, which means there's only 2 guards left with you.
Okay. In that case, I would like to materialize my armor
Okay.
and take my. There's like a machine gun on my arm
Okay.
now, and I'm going to use that to shoot at the guard that has the least amount of civilians close.
Okay, but like the only 2 guards that are left in the building right now are these 2, and they're close enough to each other that you could shoot them both if you have an automatic weapon.
I will do that.
Okay.
I will do the full round thing, like.
full auto weapon. So go ahead
Yeah.
and roll for death.
Oh my god.
And they are going to try to get to cover, so I'm gonna have to roll for life.
Good.
Oh no, that's a fail. So you start to shoot at them, and both of them are going to take their laser pistols and point it at you. Yeah, one of them is yelling, "We've got enemy contact in the entrance room." And Alexander, you have a little bit of time before all hell breaks loose. Cody just shot and missed all of the guards that are still inside. What do you do?
Take the engine.
Can I intervene real quick?
No.
Just while Zex is still in the system, I'm gonna say cut off all outside
Hold
communication.
on. Alistair, you're not here right now. Just let me ask Alexander what he's doing. Okay, Alexander?
I'm going. Hold on, I'm muted.
No,
No, I'm
you're
not.
not muted. You're good. I can hear you.
Okay. I'm going to back up Cody and try to take the shot that he missed.
All right. So you take out your own weapon and go ahead and roll for death.
All right. Okay.
Yes, nice. Did you make? Were you shooting? With which weapon were you shooting? The bolter pit? The bolter
The
pistol?
auto gun.
The auto gun? Okay, no. Yeah. Okay. So the auto gun.
Is the bolter my new gun? I
Yeah.
thought it.
Yeah.
Whatever. Which one was the
The autogun were the shitty guns you had from the resistance at during the very first missions. You don't really have those anymore. So the bolter, do you shoot in full auto to try to take down both of the guards?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
In this case,
I'm going ham.
In this case, you did 4 hits minus one of them dodged one of the hits, so you did 3 hits. I'm gonna need you to roll for your damage 3 times, please. And I'll be right back.
Okay.
Cool.
I think this is where I do it.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah.
Damn.
Ooh. Hot damn.
That's pretty sick.
Wow.
I gotta go. Feel free to take control.
Already.
That's
Yeah, then.
well.
Well, in that case, since I'm in the same room, I would say, can we for the reference say that either me or Zax had the money chip? But
I think you need
after
to
the interaction, we still had like a little bit money, I think, left. We with the
You don't have it though. Zex has it.
19, 13,
yeah,
and
but that was
oh
why I was asking.
shit.
I would have not
in the
given it
room
to-
with the computers with all the access to the money.
Okay.
Just confirm
Alright.
that indeed he has it.
Okay, so Zex is gone. We're gonna end this game real soon. Today's game real soon. I just want to get to a very specific point. So, you shoot down. Like both of the guards that are still inside, and Alistair manages to close the door of the entrance, sealing the last 2 guards who were shooting at Mitya outside. At this point, you have taken care of all of the guards inside the building. You are in control of the situation. What do you do?
Damn.
I think we have to take the elevator and go to the vault.
Yeah.
Now that
Two of us go down. Maybe. The rest stay upstairs and secure the building.
Yeah, okay. I reload my gun, which is very slow.
I'm just talking to my communicator like, guys, we've got this handled on the monetary department. Zax has the money chip, and since we have access to the system before we blow it up, and while you guys are busy downstairs, we're gonna get some spending funds for ourselves.
Traceable money. Unless Zex can somehow magically make it. It's a bad idea.
Man, he's basically in control of the entire system.
But it wouldn't necessarily be untraceable. It wouldn't be untraceable.
Fair, but we would have a chip with a lot of money on it, and we could probably just leave that somewhere just to cause more chaos on the way out with a note or something.
Fine by me. Actually, much more fine than if you kept it.
Just give it to the homeless guys in front of the...
Right?
Alright.
street.
So, you download, you get yourself, you max out the chip, basically. You put as much money on the chip as you can, and then you blow up the server room. On your way down of the elevator, you're going to hear multiple bank tellers and clients who are confused and scared about what is happening. But you reach the appropriate floor, and you arrive right in front of this very large vault door that is sealed shut.
Okay, I heavy machine required.
Sorry?
Is Zex? Wouldn't it be a better idea to just send some people down, have somebody in the server room? Before we all head down,
That's fair.
so we don't have to run through this insane.
We could say that Zex is still in the server.
Yeah.
Alright, Zex is still in the server room. So I'm gonna put him
Preparing
right.
to blow it up, so we can
Alright.
do it at the last moment.
Alright.
That one's me.
So, who
I think
has...
the other one. This one.
Right. Oh, yeah. That's Zex, my bad. So who has weapons that can burst through a vault door?
aren't we supposed to have the codes?
Oh yeah, you have the codes. Yeah, the door clanks open as the system just lets you in. You go inside. You start looking for Soren's vault, and you're going to open it and find inside a few things. There's a few pieces of paper. A few passports, obviously all fake with Soren's face on multiple ones, and you're going to see what appears to be a journal that's mentioning lack of success, progressing with progressing with the experiments of the Resploid, and mentioning that Soren is going to go to her lab in New York to keep going the research. There is no date, so you don't know when this, how long ago this was. And you also find this small piece of metal with 4 cuts inside of it. That's just there.
Mm-hmm.
Is this part of the vault box, or is it like a piece of metal that's flying around in it? Like a...
No, it's part of the contents of the box.
Does it do anything if we touch it?
So you touch it, and immediately the screen of your visor of your Resploid, so your Resploid activates, and your visor is going to start flashing with numbers, images, information, and it's going faster and faster. And then you start to feel things creep up through your Resploid and touch your arm. The sensation of like somebody stepping on your arm, and then the impact of bullets, and the sensation of wind on your skin, and your ears are getting overwhelmed by thousands of sounds that are just growing louder and louder, and it seems basically all of your senses are getting overwhelmed as soon as you touch this, like within seconds of you touching this thing.
Well,
Meanwhile, I'm writing a note actually on a letter, just while you're busy downstairs.
So I'm sorry, I missed the last words. What happens at the...
What happens? What?
I missed the last word of what you said.
Oh yeah,
Right after a while,
just basically, it's as soon as you touch it that it gets overwhelming, and that you get all of your senses within seconds are overwhelmed, and you have to pull back. And as soon as you do, the information, it takes a few seconds before all of the visuals disappear, before the sounds go out of your ears, and you're able to hear your comrades again, and before you stop feeling things creeping up through your armor.
Okay. It's a horrible sensation. Don't touch it directly. Ah, fuck! What is this? Is this some sort of anti-glitch material? I don't fucking know. Okay.
I want to go close to Mitya and kind of check his eyes and do like a quick medical checkup if I can see if he has any physical changes to him from this.
Yeah. Go ahead and roll for life. Okay. He's fine.
Okay. You look good though. Let's go.
Yeah, just get it in a box or something. Just take the box with it. I don't know, but don't touch it.
I'm going to ask everyone who's in the room to roll for Cosmos, because you might know something. Okay, Cody, this piece of metal is not just any piece of metal. You have seen images of pieces of metal just like it in the past, and those were found in ruins on Mars a long time ago, and they were the pieces of metal that started the War of the Immortals. What you've just found is one of the runes of God.
Oh shit.
Fuck. We
Why
need to
is
get
this-
out of here.
Okay, I have a lot of questions, but I don't think we can answer any of them right now. So let's get out.
And okay, so
writing a note.
you managed to put the rune inside of a bag, and it does not affect you when you're not touching it. And as you start to move towards the outside of the vault, all of the lights just burst one after the other, and you're going to see everything that is metallic in the room. It starts to course with blue lightning,
Okay,
and that's
I will call.
where we're gonna end it for today.
Also, a reference while you guys were busy in the vault.
All right, have a great day, everyone. See you all next week. Hi everyone, and thank you for watching this video. If you want to keep up with all of the adventures on this channel, don't forget to subscribe and click the bell button so you can get a notification each time we upload the next episode of this story. And it would be very nice of you to like and share the video to help this channel grow. Have a nice day, everyone.